And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weekend Warriors X ESB League of Legends Online Tournament. This is gonna be the grand finals for this evening. Two teams is gonna battle it off to get the dub. It is going to be Team Sigma against Vamos all over again. History is gonna repeat itself. Xpia is gonna go to third place, and who's gonna be the champion? Who's gonna be the king for this tournament? Who knows? This is gonna be a best of 5. So I hope you guys are here. Hope you guys are ready. And I'll be your commentator for this evening. Commentators here as well as commentator Coco. How you doing, Coco?
I am ready for some really great League of Legends. This is going to be really great finals. We actually have coaches from both teams stepping in, saying, "All right, no more monkey business. We gotta do it seriously."
I'm actually surprised that all the coaches are there too for both of these teams. But hey, here we go again. Draft is now, and Team Sigma is gonna be batting out the Mordekaiser, Anivia, as well as the Jarvan. A lot of good picks from Vamos. They always go for these, and it is gonna get banned out. Vamos is gonna opt to ban the Wukong, Azir, and the final ban for the first phase is going to be, let me predict this, Soraka. Maybe not.
No, I don't think that Soraka's going to be
it's gonna be a set.
Soraka so far has been used specifically as the counter pick for the what was this champion? I can't remember. For the Silence.
Yep.
Mid, right? So that's been corrected for us already, and also we didn't really want to give away anything, but they've already been baited into picking Soraka, thinking it was going to be a Silence mid once, and that did not work out in game 2 when these two teams met 2 days ago. Anyway, we're gonna have to first pick Xayah for Vamos right away. Xayah so far is a champion that's been notoriously banned against Vamos, especially for the AD carry over there. And the next pick I see, if they are aiming to go for a bot lane duo, they might pick up Nautilus, because for the entire tournament so far, we've seen them play nothing but Nautilus and Karma.
Yep, and the thing is, as you said before, it is going to be a Nautilus. Going to be locked in for Wind Thunders with Nahun 1. They have been a prevalent duo in the bot lane, especially with the Xayah in their hand. So we might be seeing a Kai'Sa in the hands of Sigma. Either a Kai'Sa or maybe a Lucian. No. Kog'Maw. Okay.
That may or may not be a Kog'Maw mid. Don't forget, because there's been a lot of interesting picks, right, from Sonata in mid lane. He has played a lot of different things, but that Lulu actually is going to give the message that is definitely going to be a Kog'Maw bot. The Kog'Maw Lulu bot, which is the modern version of Protect the AD carry, right? This is going to be a hyper-scaling composition that they are going to run, which means that we are expecting a scaling mid champion.
Oh, but here we go, locked in for Vamos. C9 snipe on the Cho'Gath again. He's been landing a lot of the eruptions for yesterday's matches against Xpia, so he might try to pull it off again tonight. You'd love to see
bans
it.
are coming in. It's going to be the last 2. They might opt to ban the Silas in this case, if they do not want to deal with Silas stealing their ultimates, but we'll see. As 1 second left, no, it's going to be the Veigar ban.
Probably Veigar in the mid lane, and that is Aatrox being banned out for the top lane. Spring TJP, one of his top laners.
Yep, the last ban is probably a more top targeted ban if they are aiming for something here. The problem is the top laner has actually played let me rephrase it. The top laner hasn't played any same champion in the whole tournament. He's played 6 different champions so far in all 6 matches. So yeah, we are going to see the Silas ban. They do not want to deal with Silas stealing ultimates. And you know what? That's not such a bad idea, right? Gragas's going to be B-ban as a good method of disengage for Team Sigma. So, as a good method of engage against Team Sigma. So we're going to see the last 2 picks right now. This is going to be definitely the jungle and the top pick. We might be looking at an Olaf jungle over here if picks trend goes to show. If not, they might secure the top lane in Ornn, which is a heavily contested pick throughout the tournament for all. For the entire tournament
and
so far.
And it is going to land in the hands of Spring TJP. He has been doing well in the Ornn support. But usually in the matches that we've seen, he is always been the receiving end, playing against an Ornn in the top lane. So, you know, him playing the Ornn this time is going to be a little bit different, and it is going to be a Maokai in the top lane.
Now this changes things just a little bit because we don't know if this may or may not be a flex pick. I don't want to lock down the Maokai top lane yet, because with the way things go, we might see a Maokai support for all we know. We might see a mid lane Lulu, we may see a top lane Lulu. But with that Corki pick,
Okay.
this is definitely going to be a
Mid lane
Trinity
Corki, huh?
top composition, so to speak.
Because it's not the first time that Corki or has been played by Team Sigma. They did play him in their battle against Vamos, if I'm not mistaken. Sanada
Yes,
was
they played it
Corki
in their
mid.
game 1. And
Yeah.
Corki was 13, 3, and 7.
Yep, so dealing a lot
That
of
was
damage.
against an Nivea mid though.
Mhm. And this time against the Cho'Gath might be a little bit different, but don't cry, Amy is gonna get the Olaf pick. This might be pretty big.
Yep, so as we expected, the Olaf jungle is going to come on after all. This has been a relatively standard draft composition for Vamos. This is something that throughout the whole tournament, the last, the only 5 games that they played, but we've basically with this in now, this is going to be 5 out of 6 games that they have Nautilus picked in. This is going to be um, two out of 6 games. So like a third of their games they have to choke out. But Ornn is as well going to be a third of the games. Olaf is actually half of their games being picked so far. Whereas on the side of Sigma, it's hard to draft against them in terms of being very specific because they've actually changed everything up. They've been playing a variety of different compositions, and this composition is going to be an extremely mid game focused composition with a very good fallback on the Kog'Maw. So what they are trying to do here is to make sure that they don't fall behind early, because Kog'Maw is very useful late game. But the thing about this is that you must make sure you can protect the puppy and raise him up to the late game. You have on the side of Vamos, you have Olaf, who is able to ignore the Lulu, the crowd control from Lulu, the polymorph, the overgrowth. Oh, sorry, the wild growth at the slow is not going to hurt Olaf's, right? So in this case, the CC actually from Sigma is not going to do too much to Olaf, but they do have a lot of firepower should they respond in time to an Olaf diving onto the back lane, right? They also have a good engaging Corki. Corki is one of my favorite mid lane champions, I would say, in terms of the uniqueness of it, right? When you have the package, it changes the team dynamic. The team is kind of forced to play around the big package, but it also means that Vamos has to watch out because that package actually has a very long engage range, and when used properly, it's gonna start a big area of control, which kind of splits the team up with something I believe that Vamos does not want.
That is very, very true. And I just feel like Vamos, I think the Zaya pick, I'm not sure if when Sanada was playing the Zaya, I'm not sure. No, not Zaya, was playing the Corki. I'm not sure if that was against a Zaya or not. So that's going to be interesting because Zaya can just use her ultimate, try to disengage from most of the CC and try to be safe. Alright, okay. Apparently one of the players did experience a rune bug from what's his name? From Vamos, so we might have to go for a restart again for this match. So before everything goes on, we're gonna head on into a short technical break before we restart the match. So we'll be right back.
But before that, let us announce our sponsors.
You okay? You're gonna
Now that's for you.
To me. Okay. Before we head on into this short break, we're gonna take this time to thank our sponsors: The Box, Montwater, Rasashore Cafe, and Hot Tech College. Not to forget to thank the main sponsor for this evening, Esports Association Brunei. And with that, be right back.
Tapsilog is a traditional Filipino cuisine. It's also one of Rasicheria Cafe's signature dishes. It is prepared by using thin slices of meat and curing them with salt and spices as a preservation method. Now I usually prefer my tapsilogs crispy, just like how Lolo makes it back home.
At first, we had an idea of creating retail space, but the idea evolved to something more value and character, which is evident inside and all around the box. And that's how the box was created. At the heart of the box is collaboration. We want to bring communities together through exciting events, which is great value for our tenants and for tourism industry as well. That's what it is all about here at the box, connecting people in this vibrant ecosystem. Thriving together.
Tapsilog is a traditional Filipino cuisine. It's also one of Rasicheria Cafe's signature dishes. It is prepared by using thin slices of meat and curing them with salt and spices as a preservation method. Now I usually prefer my tapsilogs crispy, just like how Lolo makes it back home.
At first, we had an idea of creating retail space, but the idea evolved to something more value and character, which is evident inside and all around the box. And that's how the box was created. At the heart of the box is collaboration. We want to bring communities together through exciting events, which is great value for our tenants and for tourism industry as well. That's what it is all about here at the box, connecting people in this vibrant ecosystem. Thriving together.
Tapsilog is a traditional Filipino cuisine. It's also one of Rasicheria Cafe's signature dishes. It is prepared by using thin slices of meat and curing them with salt and spices as a preservation method. Now I usually prefer my tapsilogs crispy, just like how Lolo makes it back home.
At first, we had an idea of creating retail space, but the idea evolved to something more value and character, which is evident inside and all around the box. And that's how the box was created. At the heart of the box is collaboration. We want to bring communities together through exciting events, which is great value for our tenants and for tourism industry as well. That's what it is all about here at the box, connecting people in this vibrant ecosystem. Thriving together.
Tapsilog is a traditional Filipino cuisine. It's also one of Rasicheria Cafe's signature dishes. It is prepared by using thin slices of meat, and curing them with salt and spices is a preservation method. Now, I usually prefer my tapsilogs crispy, just like how Lolo makes it back home.
At first, we had an idea of creating retail space, but
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be the grand finals, and you are tuned in here with me, your commentator for this evening, commentator Z, as well as commentator Coco. Welcome. This is gonna be Team Sigma on the blue side, as well as Vamos on the red side. So back to roll call. We have Wingless Crow on Team Sigma as Maokai in the top lane, Born Majestic as the Trundle jungle, Sanada as Corki mid lane, Kazor as the Kog'Maw in the bot lane, Karwei as Lulu support, and in the red side we have Vamos, Spring TJP with the Ornn in the top lane, and Don't Cry Amy going for the Olaf jungle, C9 snipe again with the devastating Cho'Gath mid lane, down one, playing the Xayah AD carry, and Wind Thunders go in with the Nautilus. What do you think is gonna happen, Mr. Coco?
All right, so we can see that both teams here, they're going to play a bit more reserved, right? This is, after all, the Grand Finals. They might do for a cheeky poke and everything, but you can see as mid lane, they both have a truce. They're not actually attacking each other. They're just going to whack their... Sorry, excuse me. They're going to whack their little tail. That Corky butt is just so cute.
Very, very cute indeed.
But,
I kind of like that
aside,
Corky skin. It looks pretty cute.
I believe that this Grand Finals, we are actually going to finally see good, efficient jungling.
Oh boy! And before you
From
jinx
both sides.
everything.
Yeah, no. Both coaches are watching. They're gonna get the hell if they do anything funny.
They're gonna be so mad.
We are expecting a very standard path, right? Trundle is gonna go from the red buff, gonna go straight to Wolves and to blue, and then we have Olaf who is going to go Wolves and straight to red, rush at level 3, and then
Nope,
we
he
should
is gonna
expect
get Grom.
I take everything back.
Exactly. And you just when you want to say like, okay, they're gonna start here. No, maybe not today. And they're going down one with the trade against Kazor in the bot lane. And
I mean, it's not so bad because if they are planning for a bot lane gang, then that wouldn't be such a bad idea. But if that's the path they are going, which is doing a full blue clear, then it is going to slow him down, especially if they are trying to get a very early gang. But that being said, though, Trundle is about to do his blue up right
Brittle
now,
Breath
and
is
we
gonna
are-
miss from Spring TJP, and the trades from him against the Mocha. Mocha have been taking a lot of damage from the minions there, but you see the Trundle, as you said, he reached level 3 first. He is gonna make level 2 is gonna go walk up top lane, and from the looks of it, this might be first blood early on, and that is gonna be the Orn getting it. Okay, that is pretty cash money, I feel, even though they traded in the beginning, but Orn got the first blood, as well as both flashes up in the top lane, so they know. And Trundle is making his way down to Olaf's jungle. Probably gonna be a little bit dangerous. They see him trying to push, and that is the teleport from Spring TJP. We're just gonna go hover here back a little bit. Nope, the camera's gonna put us back in the bot lane. Board Majestic is gonna get Brittle Breath. Will it? Nope. They're not gonna fight that. They're just gonna back off a little bit and just be okay. And here we are. Coco got hello, welcome back, Mr. Coco. And from the looks of it, again, another normal skirmishes, early start, everyone playing safe, not gonna be very, very aggressive.
All right, I think I'm back.
Yeah, welcome back, Mr. Coco.
All right, as we are going to see that there's going to be a little bit of exchange in the mid lane. Nothing going on too crazy right now. That Rapture once again hitting both mid laners. Assault, duking it in the jungle right now. Kind of staving each other off. They are definitely going to fight for that Scuttle Crab. Not going to win it. It's going to go to the Trundle instead. As we go back to the top lane, we just see a nice exchange. So, like I was talking about that jungle efficiency, right? You see that the Trundle did not go for the level 3 clear, but he did go for the early gang, which is you go after your blue, you go straight to top lane, and that basically caught them off guard. Ornn did manage to get first blood, but they got more out of it because they did get the 450 gold versus the 400.
Yeah, but not just that. Even though both used their flashes, I still feel like it was a bit more worth it for the Ornn more than anything. And he has been winning these trades against Wingless Crow. Like, you just see Ornn dealing a lot of damage there earlier on, but once everything gets to mid to late game, there both of them is gonna get a little bit more tanky. It's gonna be a bit hard to deal with, and it's just gonna be.
Exactly, tank fighting tank. It's not something you really want to watch. It's just like watching paint dry.
But the thing is, jungler-wise, I think Olaf already has a pretty good lead, 10 CS above the Trundle, so he might be able to get it on, like, become online very, very quick.
You do say that, but the thing is, you see Trundle's build. He actually opted for the Tiamat, so that is actually going to significantly increase his clear speed, as he's going to with the cleave, right? He's going to clear things really, really fast, and that's going to allow him for much significantly faster ganks. He does with the money he got. He's pressing for the advantage right now. He, instead of going for movement speed because he already has it with his W, he is going to opt for a faster clear, which means that he can hit level 6 faster and hopefully out jungle the Olaf, because he does know that he's slightly behind right now.
Oh, C9 snap is gonna get poked out a little bit by Sanada. Because Corki does have the range, but he has been landing a good amount of his ruptures towards the Corki, and chugging the corruption pots, just trying to stay alive as much as he can. Just needs to scale a little bit to mid to late game, and he should start getting online. We've seen them play against HPL last night, and he's been doing very, very well for himself.
Exactly, and if we look at the build of Corki right now, he's not opting for that early Triforce build. It's actually going to be a Gwynsus build from the looks of it right now, as we see top lane just being pushed in. The Ornn is going to actually set up a very good lane freeze, so I do expect that Trundle's going to go top. As you can see, Corki taking a lot of damage towards the flash right now, but it's going to be a flat feet, and that's going to be a kill for the Cho'Gath right there.
Yeah, Cho'Gath just showing a lot of dominance in that fight. He, Corky probably overstepped a little bit, thinking, okay, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna get, one shot, and before get chop, he is gonna go down. Forced to teleport in the mid lane, and Olaf is just gonna stick up Dragon pretty much freely. And there, the rupture again. He was full HP, and now all of a sudden, down 15%.
I will say that forward teleport was a little bit overzealous, just for my liking. That gave Cho'Gath a very free rupture onto him, actually, and like they're both quite low in HP right now. Quirky getting the better of the trade is definitely with all the pokes from his little rockets. But the thing is, if you teleport in a scenario like that and Olaf, instead of doing Dragon, just happened to be mid, that is just going to be a free second kill for no reason.
Yeah, most definitely. But Olaf, we got Dragon. We're gonna be fine. And Trundle trying to look for an opportunity in the bot lane, but Olaf is in their bot side jungle as well. Rupture is not gonna land, and he is gonna get Corky's gonna get silenced a little bit. I'm not sure if they're gonna meet each other in bot side.
But they do know where Trundle is, though. He has broken the scrying or the Bloom Scryer, so they do know that he's in their jungle right now. And
yep, that is a lot of ping. They really want to converge on towards him, and that is Zone Cry. I mean, he is losing a little bit of HP. Forced to use his ultimate. Rupture is not gonna land, and that is gonna be a kill for Born Majestic. He is gonna be very, very low, but Wind Thunder's not sure what's happening there. They are gonna miss, and Trundle's just gonna make it out of there alive. Very, very unfortunate timing. If only the Rupture, and maybe Wind Thunders would have landed the dredge line, but...
Well, Wind Thunders was expecting him to, Trundle to try and dodge the dredge line, not flash the dredge line. So that wasn't too... You can't really fault him for it, if you would say. But I do think that
is going to be another early aggression. Dredge line is going to land on towards Kari, but he is going to get Polymorph. Not working out well for him. They did now 1 reach 6 very early on. Just going to stack up those feathers and try to look for an opportunity in the bot lane. And Wind Thunder showing some more aggression, trying to land a hook at the very least. But no, not going to work out. 2 for 2.
So 9 minutes into the game, both teams are actually dead even in gold and in kills. But the difference is that all of the kills from Sigma right now are with the jungler, which does mean that Trundle will have to make sure that he translates his advantage for his laners, or else his laners are going to suffer. As you can see right now, the top lane tank fight, it is more of a battle of mana instead of a battle of health.
Yep.
But we have to take note that Vamos did secure the Ocean Dragon, which does mean, especially for top lane matchup, right, the Maokai against the Ornn. Ornn versus Maokai is like Maokai can sustain the damage from Ornn over time, but with the Ocean Dragon, it does mean that Maokai is going to lose mana over time in trying to sustain, whereas Ornn is just going to get free regeneration all the time, especially with that catalyst that he has.
Yeah, that is most definitely true. And from the looks of it, Born Majestic trying to look for an opportunity in the Herald pit. Trying to look for something. Sanada is going to clear out top lane jungle, and it might be uncontested. Pretty much free for them. No vision at all in that side of the jungle for Vamos. Corky does have the package. They're trying to look for an opportunity to top lane. Probably going to be an early dive, and that is Spring TJP pushed out. Forced to flash out of the heat. And the root is going to land. Call the Fort trying to save him out a little bit. Is going to knock up the Maokai, but will it be enough? Sanada is not going to get knocked up, but the turrets is going to be enough to kill him. Wingless Crow. No, Sanada is going to die there. Another 1-for-1 trade up in the top lane, and that is Olaf trying to go push down in the bot lane. Do they want to go in for the dive? And that is going to be the Nautilus going to get polymorph very, very easily, and that is Carway dead. Now on 1, they really want to go for it. Kazor is going to heal. Don't Cry Amy is going to go down. Wind Thunder's turn to take the turret. Now on 1, just kind of trying to land a little bit of damage there, but Kazor makes it out of there alive. Born Majestic already making his way down there, and C9 snipe a little bit too late. Now on 1 is going to go die. Not enough. I think that would subjugate on towards the Xayah. That's why when she went up, she just, died instantly. Not going to be worth it for them, and that was like, what? A 1-for-1.
That was a 3-for-2 exchange overall from the top and the bottom side in total. The thing I didn't like about the top lane situation is they did miscommunicate about tower aggro. Wingless Crow could have taken one more tower shot and Sanada wouldn't have died in that tower dive. Whereas in bot lane, the same thing happened again. Olaf just took one shot too many. They should have coordinated the tower dive a little bit more. And this is just both teams actually just taking a little bit too much tower aggro. Just assuming that they could tank more than they could, as they're going to get first turret right now for Sigma.
And Don't Cry Amy is forced to deal with the fight mid lane. But they kind of look like they want to go for it again. Sanada is going to dash out of there. And Born Majestic trying to go for Don't Cry Amy. Very, very low. And CNX I want to go for the top, but not enough. Forced to go gold in that situation. That is just very, very unfortunate. And Wild Growth is going to keep the Trundle alive a little bit more, and that is C9 Snap going down. It's just very unfortunate timing. He does have 4 kills now in his belt, and Cho'Gath, you know, I'm gonna try and flash and get the kill, but not gonna be worth it, and is going to go down.
Yep, exactly. And right now, Trundle, Born Majestic is being the pillar, no pun intended, for the team right now, right? As long as they cannot take him down. So he's looking at mid lane. Don't Cry Amy actually trying to go in for a kill right there, but he's not gonna get enough, as the sheen damage from Corki is going to be just enough to take him down. And so I was saying about Team Sigma, right? What happens right now is that they do have Corki and Kog'Maw who are going to scale very well into late game.
Oh, the dredge line is going to miss
right
again. And Born Majestic is currently at 3 versus 2. C9 Snap a little bit too late. Wind Thunders is going to be the first one to go down. Want to look for Karwei. He does have Feast up. Trying to go eat him, and that is going to be another kill for C9 Snap, but the teleport from Sanada, Call of the Forge is not going to land. Second hit is not going to be there, and that is going to be a 1-for-3 trade in favor for Team Sigma. They're going to get top lane. They're going to get more plates. A lot of money for them, yo. That is just a lot of I feel like that's just miscommunication in Vamos's part there. Trying to go for, you know, a little bit over aggression from Wind Thunders and down 1, knowing that it's just like 2 of them there. They don't have vision.
Way too much. Yes,
they don't
exactly.
have vision in like Team Sigma's jungle, and like it's just very dangerous. You know, they're risking too much to get, you know, this little. Plus, it's the grand finals. You're playing against Team Sigma. They know how to snowball their lead. So you know, the more you give them, they're just gonna use that against them even further.
Yes, and not only that, they actually had no reason to stay at the Dragon. They did see that Trundle and I forgot who the other member was taking Dragon. The thing is, they couldn't win that 2v2 fight. In no scenario they would have won. They should have walked away at the moment they saw them. Instead, they decided to stay and try and look for a kill, which was, I think, a little bit too much confidence, really, or on the borderline of stupidity in that sense, just because that's not something he can handle, especially with Trundle already being 4-0. He does have, and he has the additional tankiness. He can steal even more tankiness with the subjugate from Nautilus, actually. So that was actually a fight that they should not have even looked for in the first place.
And I don't know, they're just taking a lot of risk here. So not really cash money more than anything. Right now, 10-5 in favor for Team Sigma. 15 minutes in, and that is a very good, very big gold lead there, around 4,000 ahead. And we see another gang coming in from the Trundle. Spring TJP does not have his dash, does not have his flash up, and that is gonna look like a very huge dive. Born Majestic is gonna get another kill. He opted to go for the health enchantment for his jungler item, and you know, Blade of the Ruined King looks like it's gonna be his next build, and the, you know, Ravenous Hydra. He's just gonna be an even bigger monster.
Exactly. Right now, there is nothing stopping the Trundle. It does not matter how tanky you decide to be to try and thwart the Trundle damage. Trundle is the tank buster in League of Legends, which does mean that if anything, if you try to build tank, it's not going to work. But look at Sarada getting caught up by a red.
But he does have the package though. If he needs to run away, he still have the fight. But from the looks of it, Don't Cry Amy and the rest of Vamos, they're gonna get singled out. That is gonna be Kazor getting the first kill on towards the Cho'Gath. Sanada getting the second one against with the Olaf, and that is Call of the Forge. Not gonna land against Pring TJP. Wants to dash out of there, but pushed back inside the bush by Wingless Crow. He's gonna go tank it in some more. From the looks of it, this might be the first ace for Team Sigma. Kazor is going to get the Nautilus and a double kill for Born Majestic. That was a beautiful coordinated team fight. When Vamos say, yo, we're gonna try and get the Corki, but the Corki does have his package, is ready for everything, and they got zoned out during that team fight. 2 of Vamos's bot lane was split out.
Exactly, and that was such a good teleport from Wingless Crow actually, because the thing about Corki is Corki with the package means that he's very slippery. As if you do not have a root or a silence to catch him, it does mean that he can escape almost any situation. And that was a little bit too much of an adventure to try and chase down the Corki that allowed the Maokai to teleport in, and that was a very good twisted advance trying to catch everybody. The package from Corki actually created such a big zone of control that it slowed everyone who was trying to get into the fight. And by the time they managed to join the fight, they were leftovers.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Ornn was trying to dash out from the bush, but the Maokai Q manages to push him back inside. That was like, you know, the little things that amounted to the game. I feel that.
Oh, not only
played a
that,
good
it's
part.
actually, it was a a flash twisted advance, which was a flash W, into a Q, which was basically what stopped him from running even further.
And right now the lead from Sigma has just increased even more from 5k, around 5k, and now it's almost 10k above, around 9,000, around 9,000k gold lead, you know. So they're just doing a lot of damage bot lane, and all three lanes are being pushed in Sigma's favor. Vamos is a little bit stuck here. Most of them is behind, you know, besides... Okay, Wind Thunder, Wingless Crow is going to be the first one getting caught here, but Kazor is going to be trying to reinforce him as well as Karaway, trying to get the push. They do see him. He is going to get pushed in, and that is currently a 3 versus 3. The wild growth will be enough to keep him alive just a little bit. Sprinty, no, C9 Snap is going to be the first one to teleport inside. He wants to go in from the top, but not going to be in a Border Majestic. Taken a lot there, and that is going to be now on one. Probably not dead yet, and the root is not going to get Kazor is going to get one, and that is a double kill for Border Majestic. 1-4-4 trade, now on one, the only one left remaining. Now they're just going to siege bot lane.
And everything now is falling apart for Vamos in this game. The whole fight, they thought they were confident that they could actually get something out of it. The wild growth, however, keeping the Trundle alive. You have to remember, Trundle has passive lifesteal and in the essence from not only does he have Conquerors, but his passive, the moment he gets a kill, he's going to regenerate health. And that Tiamat was so crucial in making sure that he dealt damage to everybody and slowly whittled them down, including that Blade of the Ruin King. He had a lot of sustain, and if anything else, the Kog'Maw was there to back him up. If he left anyone alive, Kog'Maw was there to use his living artillery to catch them. And look at top lane right now, as it looks like Sanada's getting caught. Call the Board God is going on, but he gets the... And he actually just uses his W to get out of the ultimate, and now he's actually going to taunt them as he's going to slowly walk.
Yeah, and that is going to be the question mark from Vamos. Like, yo, how did you miss that? And that's just very, very unfortunate. And here we go again. Sanada dealt so much damage. He is getting the Man Immune stacks up, trying to rack it up, as well as the... he already has Triforce, so you know, doing considerable amount of damage. The power spike from the Corki is already there, and Border Majestic trying to give him the blue buff, and he's just gonna become a bigger beast once he reset, get some items. Even the stacks from Kull is finally finished on him, so yo.
If you look at the items from both teams right now, this is actually pretty scary. It's only 20 minutes of the game, and Corki has 3 items.
Yep, that's a completed Infinity Edge. An instant push, and Corki is gonna go with the teleport. He does have package, so if he wants to, C9 Snap, that he's not gonna lie, he's gonna be the first one to go down in the Baron Pit, and that is Sanada. That is a lot of damage that he just kills now in one. He gets that solo triple kill, trying to deny everyone from Vamos, and that is gonna be an ace. Yo, they got this. They just trying to try and push mid. They have Baron. Sanada's just doing a lot of damage. Went back, instantly bought an Infinity Edge as well as the Magic Pen boots. They're gonna end the game.
He finished his mana immune in that fight, and that gave him all the bonus damage he needed. And that's gonna be a very quick GG. That single teleport play from Sanada, as he's gonna ruin his KDA right there.
Yo, that is one of the quickest games I've ever seen. 26-6 in favor for Sigma in 21 minutes too. Okay.
The teleport play from Sanada was literally the game ender. He decided that all right, he's gonna be a distraction. He, like actually in that case, you would just assume, all right, I'm gonna stall them, I'm gonna distract them, maybe kill one or two.
Yeah.
And then your team's like, all right, just don't die. It's like, no, I got it, man. He killed all four.
Yeah, he got all four. Now in one instantly got deleted, and Wind Thunders as well. I think he didn't even have that much health, and all of a sudden, kaboom goes his health. He's gonna go down. And
Exactly.
What a beautiful game one.
It is a very beautiful game one. The only person he actually couldn't kill was the Orn, because Orn is actually the only member in his team who actually has magic resist. The rest of the team actually do not have any form of defensive itemization. The Cho'Gath has only the Righteous Glory, which is not as much magic resist. Everyone else has armor or none, which means that they are all shredded to paper with the magic penetration boost. I mean, it's a 4-item Corki at this point. Like, if you don't have a defensive item, you're dead, and that's basically what happened.
Literally what happened. And with that, we're gonna head on into a short break before we continue on into game 2. So ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, and we're gonna head off for this break. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weekend Warriors X ESB League of Legends Online Tournament. This is gonna be game 2 of the Grand Finals. We have Vamos on the blue side and Team Sigma on the red side. Gonna be the first couple of standard bans with the Wukong as well as the Mordekaiser from Team Sigma and Azir again. Same standards ban. And the Anivia again. Here we go.
We are expecting the same bans to go for both teams right now. The Corki definitely is going to be an adaptive ban, as Corki was basically like a lot of trouble for you to handle earlier on.
Even though it seemed like the Cho'Gath was winning a couple of the fights early on, but it just, you know, with him landing all the ruptures, but just didn't work out really well for him. And here we go, Jarvan is going to be the next one being banned out for Team Sigma, and Sprigty JP going to go for the Ornn again, call up the Forge. I hope you land some of those this time. And here we go,
Yep, the Ornn pick. Actually, no, we got debated.
Oh,
that's going to be an our first pick.
A Gunnar. Okay. Will we see an Orianna, you know, Orianna Misfortune, or maybe a, what's his name, Brom? So, you know, wombo combo everything and trying to land everything in one go.
Well, we'll see how it goes, because we do know that ASEAN is actually a very good coach in general. So he might be preparing a Orianna counter pick, or, well, not counter pick, but a steal or something to deal with that strategy. As we can see, the Trundle is going to get locked in right away. Trundle is actually one of the reasons why the game went pretty sour for Vamos, actually, because personally, from my personal opinion at least, I don't think yes, the Corki did win the end game, but it was the early game from Trundle that really set the whole thing up for his team to actually get ahead, because in any situation, Trundle was so far ahead that if his team was almost dead, he would come in and save them. And we have the Lulu coming in again. That Trundle-Lulu combo that's been happening so far this game is going to be pretty potent. If what happened on game 1 is going to be happening in game 2 again, Vamos might be in trouble. We're going to see the Lulu lock in right now as...
From
Yep,
Don't Cry Amy.
sorry.
Alright. Oh, Yasuo, is this gonna be... Is this gonna be a G2 kind of thing? You know, Nalin 1 might be going for the Senna Volibear combo in the ball lane, and Aphelios is getting hovered. That is gonna be Aphelios being locked in by Vamos.
Alright, the Aphelios pick. It is something that they've played only once in this tournament so far. I don't remember if that gave them the win. Yes, it did give them the win. I believe this was their win against... No!
Sanada might be looking for a Yasuo. No, it is going to be a Vayne locked in for Team Sigma.
So the Aphelios lock-in was actually played against Sigma, and although they did lose the game, Aphelios was actually 10-4-5. The only unfortunate thing about that game was the Corki did carry the game in the end. So with no Corki to deal with, maybe they have a slightly better chance, as we're going to see the Veigar ban coming in.
That is very, very true. And next ban from Vamos. They have locked in their top jungle and AD carry, so it just depends what they want to pick for the mid lane against Sanada. And maybe, you know, they kind of support, and that is going to be Vladimir being banned out in the first place. Don't want to deal with Vladimir, especially if it goes in the hands of Sigma. I haven't seen Vladimir being played yet, but, you know, nevertheless, Vladimir is as a champion on his own. Once he gets fed, he's just going to be an annoying...
Sigma has played Vladimir twice, and they actually did quite a lot of damage with that Vladimir. The first one was during the early stages of the game, and the second time they played was actually during game 3 when they fought each other. Nautilus ban coming in. We are finally going to see a different support from Wind Thunders.
Okay, if memory serves me right, or no, I'm just gonna guess. It's gonna be either a Thresh or a Braum. Maybe even a set support from Wind Thunders.
Well, we will find out, but it's going to be a pick from Kazra. It's going to be the Yasuo lock-in. That is something I don't think we've seen the whole tournament, really. And a Malphite support coming in? No, this looks like it's gonna be a. It's not gonna be an Ornn, is it?
It definitely can. Most
And definitely can. It could be a Nar support, could be an Ornn support, could be anything at this point.
Uh huh. Or Jungle? No, it is gonna be the Morgana being locked in. Black Shield trying to save down one, and maybe root someone, just bind them, just trying to slow them down. And ooh, okay. It Jace in the mid lane from C9 Snipe.
Jace would be an interesting pick, definitely. It's gonna force Yasuo to burn a lot of wind walls, but I don't. We'll find out. Let's just wait the time to run out first. Yeah, that's gonna be a Zoe pick, which would make a little bit more of a would round the team composition a little bit more, give them a bit more pick. I would say the poke from Jace is not to be underestimated, but I don't think it's gonna do too much against a team like Sigma. The Yasuo, if he times a wind wall very well, then the QE combos from Jace is not going to be too effective. But nonetheless, they are going to lock in a Fizz.
All right. So I just wonder where the Fizz is gonna go, and Born Majestic. Okay, Fizz up in the top lane from Wingless
Now,
Crow.
we are in a very interesting
No?
situation.
Yasuo top, huh? Go
It's
on.
either a Yasuo top or a Vayne top. They can be played two ways.
Yasuo can
I
do
would
it.
say, for the sake of this composition, it is better for Vayne to be bot lane, just because two range units against the Yasuo is pretty hell.
It really is not fun.
But Yasuo against Gnar and the top lane, the advantage I would say would kind of go to Yasuo, because Yasuo can really get in the face of Gnar and quickly run away when Gnar is about to transform. Of course, how the whole fight goes all depends, but the most interesting pick will be this Fizz. Fizz against Zoe is something that I don't think we've seen a lot of, but I have my gut feeling is putting it this, that Fizz is going to win the mid lane, not because of a skill difference, but more because when Zoe initiates with her ultimate, there's nowhere to run.
Yeah.
Which means that if you are a very good player and you can react really fast, the moment you see Zoe using her ultimate to jump in, you know where to put your fish, because she is going to jump back to that location and there is no way she can dodge it.
Definitely, definitely. It just puts her in a very awkward situation. She can't really do anything besides maybe flash out of there, but she has to take the damage from that. And Fizz is equally as mobile as Zoe is. So she can try to debate with the ultimate, but at the same time, Fizz can just jump out of
Yep.
there and just try to ruin her day.
We will expect the Fizz to be at a disadvantage during the laning phase at the very least, depending on how both team plays. But on a standard expected matchup, we do expect the Fizz to be behind by CS by maybe a wave or two, up to level 6 before he catches up and rounds back up again. But I'm going to be interested now, once again, in the jungle matchup, just because we're going to see a Hecarim, and Hecarim is known for very good sudden ganks, right? And in this case, if Born Majestic on Trundle decides to do the same strategy, which is to gang at level 2 after a red clear in this case, then they might catch the Gnar off guard. But the thing is, Gnar actually does have a better escape this time with the jump, and Hecarim is actually a better jungle champion to gang onto top lane against the Yasuo, right? He's going to have the knockback to stop the Yasuo just a little bit, but I do think that it would be better for both of these junglers to head towards the mid lane. For Sigma, they do want the Fizz to be ahead, as having a Fizz who says even slightly ahead, and who roams a lot, right? That's gonna allow a Trundle Fizz duo system, buddy duo, where they can go top lane and cause some menace, they can go bot lane, cause some menace, and they can kind of speed up the scaling of Vayne, because Vayne is a very well-rounded champion, very weak early game, but has the hyper scaling abilities. If you gank bot lane and get her fed, then there's no such thing as a weak early game if there is no early game.
Very, very true. And bear in mind, they ended the game before this at like what, 23, 22 minutes? That's very
Exactly.
Very
At 22 minutes, they ended the game, and Sonata actually had 4 items, which is bonkers.
Yeah.
But let's just forget about that game. Maybe Vamos was having enough game. Who knows? But hopefully in this game we're gonna see a little bit more pushback from Vamos. I am interested to see how effective the Zoe is going to be to try and catch some members of Sigma off guard. The only thing I'm slightly worried about right now is going to be actually the bot lane matchup, because for an Aphelios Morgana, you do have a lot of frontal power, right? In terms of the Aphelios weapons, all these five different weapons does significantly different things: increase range, health, better dueling tools. But on the side of Sigma, right, you actually see a more what you see as a standard setup. As you can see that Vayne actually has the cleanse ready, so they are going to be willing to go into the fight. Now, as we look at the summoner spells, we are actually going to see double exhaust over here. So that means Zoe is aware that she is going to get dived in by Fizz, and they have prepared the exhaust to prevent Fizz from instantly killing anybody on the team. And bot lane Morgana is the same thing. If Vayne decides to go all in, they're going to use the exhaust to try and slow her down by just a little bit. So it does mean that both of these teams actually do not really have offensive capabilities except in the Fizz. Fizz always takes Ignite Peak or teleport sometimes, but generally, if you want to press heavy on your lane, you definitely want that Ignite to further press the advantage. So what I'm expecting right now for this mid lane matchup is that the moment Fizz hits level 2, he's going to try and proc his electrocute stacks every half minute to try and whittle down the Zoe to set up for a good mid lane gank for his jungler.
And now back from the loading screen, this is gonna be game number 2 between Vamos against Team Sigma. I hope you guys are doing okay. This is... Oh, wait a minute. Game number 2, we have an interesting, picks going on. But so far, roll call time, we have Vamos on the blue sides with Spring TJP as the Gnar in the top lane. Don't Cry Ivy as Hecarim in the jungle. C9 Snap going with the Zoe in the mid lane. Now one with the Aphelios and Wind Thunders for Morgana as the support. And for the red side, Team Sigma is going for the Yasuo in the top lane, and Born Majestic Trundle again in the jungle. Sanada going with the Fizz mid lane, Kazor, Vayne AD carry, and Karui again with the Lulu. And it looks like they're trying to go a little bit aggressive. And Don't Cry Amy just gonna pick up the red trinket, trying to clear some wards. And C9 Snap is going to be looking with Sanada. He might be the first one to get caught. That is going to be a chain CC. And that... Oh, he's using his E to flash away. Very, very low. And that is the exhaust and first blood for Wind Thunders. A lot of abilities being used there. Well, just flash exhaust from the Morgana. But that is first blood for Vamos. A very early skirmish there.
Sanada is going to take a hell of an earful from his coach after this game. Should they lose game 2, the kill unfortunately does go to the Morgana, which means that they are actually not going to cash in too much on this. But the members, everyone did gain an extra 50 gold, so that's great. But the sad thing about this is that Morgana is actually... the kill was so late that Morgana can't actually back, so they actually are not going to get this early gold advantage to press for the bot lane. They are going to have a small experience lead, but that is not going to matter too much in the grand scheme of things, as we see that Trundle is actually routing towards bot lane. Look at them getting ready for a level 2 gank.
And that is an early aggression from the Fizz. But yo, the trade is going to be looking like
Let's just look into bot lane right now, as we see Trundle use the pillar already going into the fight right now. Going in for the Morgana, and that's going to be a very, very fast first blood.
That level 2 gank from Team Sigma. They know Morgana does not have any summoners, and it forced Noun want to use the heal, trying to save her a little bit, but that is just a very good early aggression coming in from Team Sigma.
Exactly, that is such a good call from Born Majestic, really, knowing that Morgana has no spells, and you don't really expect a level 2 gank from the jungler, not right after a buff. It hasn't, this normal strategy hasn't been done since back in season 3, season 2, when Jarvan level 2 gang was a thing, Tush level 2 gang was a thing. But yeah, this is actually gonna balance the bot lane again. Both supports actually have a kill each, but that is actually gonna push them behind, because now Morgana is not level 2 yet. which does mean that they're going to have a little bit of a problem when trying to clear the wave and get pokes onto the bot lane.
Yep,
Look at
Don't
Nar
Cry
going
Amy
in
is
for
trying to
engage
go
right
for
there.
the push, and that is Hecarim trying to push him out of there, and the force flash, reflash, and Don't Cry Amy is gonna get another kill on towards the Yasuo. Force to flash, he might try to go for another gag, flash for the top lane. And Windthunders is gonna barely miss the binding, and Born Majestic trying to reply, and C9 Snap is gonna miss the sleepy bubble and is gonna get killed out. Sanada very aggressive, does land the ignite, both flashes, and Sanada is gonna get a kill. He is gonna get pushed back by Don't Cry Amy. He gets another one. Very good rotation. The timing was well played, and yo, okay, we're gaming.
Alright, only 4 minutes of the game. We're getting a lot of bloodshed already. This is just good. I love the aggression from both teams, the proactiveness of Don't Cry Amy. He is 2-0-1 on the Hecarim. He may not have been able to start the ganks in this game so far, but he has been reacting really, really well. And for that, I do commend him. Look at the Fizz build. He is actually going for a triple Doran's ring. He is expecting to stay in lane for a significant amount of time before he is going to go for his first core item.
Yes, that is very, very true. And from the looks of it, Trundle is going to be counter jungling the Hecarim. Yes, he did manage to get a couple of kills from earlier on, but I think that's a little bit negligible considering the fact that the 2 kills is going to make up the gold difference between him and the Trundle. He does have a gold lead, about 400 gold. So once he goes back home, resets it and whatnot. And this is going to be another gank from Born Majestic. C9 Snap did manage to steal the flash early on, and Sanada is going to go in again. But the reaction from Don't Cry Amy trying to go in for some more. Sanada is going to jump out of there, still alive, doing well. And we pan back to the bot lane.
That was still a very good gank from Born Majestic, though. That is just good intuition at this point. Both junglers are actually being pretty proactive. They looks like they're kind of keeping track of each other right now, which is pretty important if you want to jungle at the high level. Keeping the opponent jungler in check, knowing where they are, that's a good poke onto Sanada right now, but it's not going to matter if Sanada gets a good all in.
Yep, most definitely, because like he's been landing most of the combos on towards Zoe from so far in the beginning. So like, you know, just one more good gank from Born Majestic could probably turn the game around. And back in the bot lane, everyone's still relatively even. Vayne does have a good CS lead by about 10. 5 minutes and 3 and 2 in favor for Vamos. They have a 300 gold lead. A little bit negligible, especially this early on, but who knows, 300 could suddenly become 1,000 and, you know, scale off from there. It played right, and Hecarim just finished his first pack and is currently doing Krugs. He does have his almost a completed jungle item, so he's looking for another gank in the bot lane. Ooh, Sanada getting poked down a little bit too much there.
Yes, but Sanada is level 6, so he's just waiting for his ignite before he goes for the all-in. That's why he's doing such a frontal positioning. But bot lane right now, heck, they are trying to get the gang onto bot lane, and as the aggression goes, Hecarim's going to come bottom right now. Heals not yet being burned as come in. That's a very good push away. But Vayne is actually going to get caught by the Dark Binding, forced to use the cleanse right now. They're both escaping. Flash burn ready by Lulu. Vayne also burns flashes. She's actually going to stay still for a while. Trundle now coming back in for the engage. They are going to chase on the Hecarim. Hecarim is going to be the first to die. It's going to be a shutdown kill for the Trundle right now onto the Hecarim. That's going to be a good counter engage.
Oh!
There's going to be a kill out of nowhere from the Aphelios as the Dark Binding is going to land on Lulu right now. Trundle's coming back bot lane, trying to go for a counter kill. He is thinking about it, but he decides to pull away. The pings are saying no.
Yeah, probably not this time. They got what they wanted with the Vayne kill, but hey, Trundle trying to help Carwheel, but Carwheel was just a little bit far away. A lot of summoners being used in that team fight alone by Sigma. Flash as well as the clans from Kazor, and, you know, Flash heal from Carway. That was
very well disciplined from Sigma. They were baiting that was a good play from Vamos. They were baiting Sigma to go into the fight so that Hecarim can come in for that engage. Although Trundle does come in for a good counter gank. In the end, I would say it's a net win for... Would you say that's a net win for Sigma, or would you say that's a net win for Vamos?
I feel like all in all, it is definitely going to be Sigma because right now they are already doing Dragon, and from the looks of it, it is pretty much uncontested because like the domino effect is most definitely real, and it does look like Dragon is going to be pretty much free for the taking. And Hekarim's just, doing his other things, and no vision at that point because everybody else was busy resetting. So by the time they came back into lane, Sigma already reset, regrouped, and they had their vision on Dragon. You know what, might as well do it. So in the end, yes, it is going to be worth it for Team Sigma.
Yep, 8.5 minutes into the game right now. The game is actually slightly in favor, but look at that, almost catching the Morgana. She does get the stun though, but unfortunately, nothing is going to come out of it. It is now currently almost 9 minutes into the game. We have about 1,000 gold lead in favor for Team Vamos right now. The difference about the gold is that a lot of the gold is now on the Hecarim and Aphilos as well, whereas we're gonna see a very quick engage, but Zoe's coming from the back. She almost released Lulu right there. Lulu is now running for her life. There's nothing much she can do. Get stunned right there. Aphilos now going in for the ultimate, and he's going to get a double kill right away. And that is very good rotation from C9 start right there. Bursting the Lulu. They did not expect that coming.
And like, now one is just doing a lot of damage. They were busy trying to deal with Wind Thunders as well as the Zoe trying to push from behind. Yes, they did manage to get a double kill, but Rift Herald is going to be
Onslaught Shadow's coming out onto
there we go.
Already, but he's going to slowly walk out. He's going to dash out as well. But Hector is going in for the kill right now.
That Paddle Star manages to get Sanada very, very low, and Morgana is pushing from bot lane River, and Sanada is going to go back in. The sleeping time is going to land. He is going to get drowsied, and from the looks of it, that's going to be a dead Trundle. Sanada, the only one left remaining. He is going to be running in towards the jungle. He's just trying to stay alive. She's going to run away even further. I am very surprised he made it out of there alive. That was a 1-for-1 in the mid lane, but okay, Zoe trying to look for it. The sun is not going to land, and he is just going to back off safely. Morgana roam up in the top lane, though. What is that? Very, very... She's been walking so far away.
Yasuo solo forced to recall right there, but he has a teleport, so it's not going to be too bad for him right now. That was so explosive in the mid lane, and for some reason, it just went well for Sigma. Well, for Sanada specifically.
Yeah, he survived pretty good, but at the same time, like, a lot of skill shots was missed by Wind Thunders. And C9 Snipe almost missed the sleepy thing. And there we go, now one is going to be taking a lot of damage from Kazor. The tree prop from Kazor, press the attack and the silver bullet. And C9 Snap is going to go in for the push against CP. Bubble is not going to land. Karwe is going to be stuck. The heal is going to go, and that is going to be another gank in the top lane. But we're going to be spectating bot a little bit more. But no, they are going to engage. That is going to be a dive up in the top lane. We didn't get to see it, but Wingless Crow. No, that was Born Majestic getting the kill on towards Spring TJP. Okay, very explosive game. 11 minutes in, and it's already 7-5. A lot of kills going across the board, but Zoe has been roaming for quite a lot, and Sanada is going to take a couple of tower plates there, and the shark is going to land. Ooh. Sleepy Bubble will not, unfortunately.
Alright, I'm just going to get in time sync right now, as again, that fish basically told Zoe to stay away from me, and that's going to force the disengage right there. We can see that both teams are actually just playing really aggressive right now. This is great though. Both teams are not being scared just because of what happened in game 1. Vamos is now trying to press the advantage that they have. That's going to be a nice binding. Not going to pull too much over it, but still a nice binding nonetheless. Look at Fizz. The itemization from Fizz right now is actually slowing him down because he opted for that triple Doran's ring. He is technically 800 gold behind in buying items against the Zoe right now. As let me just check the gold difference. The only advantage that Sanada has over Zoe is a 200 gold advantage, which means that he's actually 1.5 Doran's ring behind. Right, the Doran ring is going to give him survivability, but it's not going to give him a completed item. And so far, we're going to see a quick little interaction in the bot lane and in the top lane right now, as we can see that Nara is actually going in for the... And the Onslaught of Shadows coming down, knocking the Yasuo backwards. He couldn't run for his life, but it's not going to work. And that's a beautiful gag from Don't Cry Amy.
That was well played indeed. I think the Yasuo tried to, get some trades off to Spring T, but in the end, you know what? Heck him. Let's just go and gank this guy. He's been a little bit too cocky, and you know, the stacks from... He didn't expect the damage coming in from the Gnar. He almost finished Black Cleaver, and he did get the Ninja Stabby. So he is going to be relatively tankier against the Yasuo. And he has been punished a lot for that. And currently Gnar is 20 gold ahead. Dragon
Now,
is
an Ocean Drag has spawned indeed, and this is going to be a very important dragon if both teams want to stay alive. It looks like their Sigma is going to go for it uncontested. They do know that they're doing it right now, and Hecarim is coming from side, trying to look for a steal. Hecarim is charging in right now, though, and he's in the middle of the fight.
Yep,
both teleports
is going to go down.
And no Amy's going to die. It's going to be secured by Sigma right now as Morgana's first go golden. The Soul Shackle is actually not really getting anyone, as every member of Vamos is forced to run away. 2 people down already, and it's going to be a third person dead. That's going to be a 3 or 4-0 exchange in an attempt to steal the dragon. Definitely not worth it.
And especially during that fight, Vamos have absolutely no vision. And you know what? Oh, they really tried and risked that, but you know, didn't work out well. And now one is forced to go against a 1 versus 2 against the Yasuo and the Trundle, and last breath is gonna land, and Trundle is gonna get the shutdown gold on towards one. That's Trundle has a lot of money now. He is getting pretty big. So that's gonna be a bit tough to deal with, especially the later the game goes. 9 and 8 Hecarim trying to go for the re-engage. And the thing is, during that dragon fight, Hecarim does not even have Onslaught of Shadows, so even if he tried to steal it, not gonna be enough. He went in a little bit too early because, you know, he was forced to. No vision on Dragon, so, you know, they could have just left it.
No, not only that, but you also have to respect the fact that Sigma actually decided to stop attacking the dragon, which did mess up the smite timing, because he actually entered in seeing that dragon was going down so fast. But the moment Hecarim showed up, they decided to slow down on that dragon, and it messed up the smite steal timing. So he was forced in an awkward position. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm here." Oh wait, the party's not started.
And Vamos was all split up. By the time Gnar was there, he didn't have Mega Gnar. He was a little bit too late. And the thing is, Morgana as well as the Aphelios was already pushed in. But as soon as the Vayne went, you know, ultimate and tried to go in for Aphelios, you know, he's like, you know what, I can't fight this. I'm gonna back off. Not this time, because like he would most definitely be dead if, you know, in that whole mess of a team fight. Ooh, Sanada, yep, not gonna get that one, and he's just gonna back it off. Is he gonna get greedy? Lamau? That blue buff, he wants to give it to Zoe, but red buff is gonna take it away from him. That is just very, very unfortunate. And from the looks of it, Vamos does have their sights on towards the Rift Herald. And yeah, Wind Thunders is just gonna try and get rid of some of their Sigma's vision. 8 and 9 in favor for Team Sigma, but from the looks of it, yep, Wind Thunders is gonna be the first one to be in a battle against. He is forced to flash out there. The fish is not gonna land. Sanada they're just gonna go change towards Tina. Now Wind Thunders has been attacking a little bit, but also Shadow is gonna land towards 3 people. But now one is going to go down. No, he does get the first one, and that is gonna be Born Majestic. Very, very low. He's trying to go flash out of there, but don't try Amy. Now one is just gonna save him. Wingless Crow. Wingless Crow is going to go down. That was a very beautiful exchange. 0 for 2, and Vamos is just showing that, hey, we're not just gonna take this, we're gonna try and fight. And they did win that team fight. And Carway as well as Keizo, they're making their way there, and Wind Thunder is gonna go.
Sleepy Bubble Trouble is actually gonna allow to Carway right there, not allowing Carway to get the kill onto the Morgana.
But Majestic managed to steal it, and that is gonna be a 1v1 between Now1 as well as Keizo. But Now1 has been winning. That is just a lot of damage from the Aphelios. 6 and 1, a double kill again. Yo,
the Aphelios turret actually aiding in securing the kill. If Now1 did not plan that turret down, that fight would have just gone in Vayne's favor. There were so many things that could have gone right, so many things that could have gone wrong, but in the end, Vamos is actually going to come ahead out of all of this, and we have Spring TJP. He's going to get the bot lane turret, as we're going to have a disconnect.
Yep, and that is going to be a disconnect from Sanada. And yo, the thing is, Team Sigma, they managed to steal the Rift Herald. And I was like, okay, oh yeah, they definitely got this. And, you know, whilst everyone was busy trying to converge on towards the incoming champions, you know, Vayne, Lulu, and whatnot was trying to make their way up towards Barret Pit. And, you know, Trundle was the only one there against Zone Amy, and he did manage to get the final smite and secured Rift Herald. That was a very well played fight by both teams, especially, you know, gotta give credit to Noun One, you know. He played that fight very, very well.
Here's my proposition. Meanwhile, we're waiting for them to reconnect. Let's just watch that
Replay, let's go.
that replay. Let's go. I will tell you if they're reconnected, so don't worry. All right, let's just slow things down from here. All right, if we're gonna slow things down right now, just press the minus button on your keyboard. Look at that engage right now. We can see that Morgana is actually getting caught by the Lulu over here, and she is almost dead. But the spell shield is gonna keep her alive because Lulu has so much magic damage, and she's gonna be forced to use the ultimate to try and keep herself alive. And look at that, Morgana is still alive. Just somehow. And the Sleepy Bubble Trouble actually keeps.
Okay, here's the steal, yo. That's smite from Born Majestic.
And Trundle is actually pretty happy with himself, but he does get the kill onto Hecarim in the end. Now at the bottom side, we can see it's going to be a 2v1. Vayne doing her best to take care of Zoe, but Zoe actually manages to get one more kill onto Lulu before that, and after both junglers has died, it's going to be a 1v1 fight between both of them, and we can see Aphelios actually lands the turret right here, and that turret is actually the difference maker in this, because Morgana actually does not land any skills, not even an auto attack. The cleanse coming in is not going to do too much, and the kill goes in. Now we can go back straight to live.
Here we go again. Alright, we're gonna fast forward everything a little bit, and here we go. Yo, that was a well-played team fight right there. By both teams, not gonna lie. Ooh, and that is gonna be the Paddle Star. Hey! Carway down to half HP. I think that was a max range Paddle Star. That
is definitely a max range Paddle Star. Does it not remind you of the good old days of Season 2 Nidalee?
Oh! Before Nidalee jungle was a thing. Man. And that's okay. Here we see they are trying to get the dragon. Dragon is going to be spawning up soon, but they have Rift Herald spawned up in the top lane, so they have to rush this, because or else they're going to be giving up a tower, second tower up in the top lane, as well as a tier 1 tower in the mid lane. And from the looks of it, that is going to be their decision. Noun One is going to be, you know, getting the helm, and Morgana rotating towards mid, as well as, you know, the Zoe and Nar forced to go back, but probably not going to be enough. Their turret is going to go down, and yo, Sanada is gonna go to sleep.
Sanada is asleep right now. He actually manages to jump away, but Nar is going in, looking for the kill, but
a little bit
not gonna do too much. Nar is about to go into Mega Nar form right now.
Oh, he's trying to go for it, but you know, Vayne is a little bit too far away, gonna get kited. And yup, you know what? Nah, we can't fight this. And that was a pretty good move by Sigma to try and just disengage. They got second tier turret as well as inhibitor turret. You know what? Let's not bite what we can't chew. I think that's
exactly. That was already a very good push by Sigma in general. They knew that they couldn't get the dragon. They decided to concede and go for the macro play. Now there is an exposed inhibitor, which does change the situation just a bit. Sigma can apply the pressure into the exposed inhibitor right now, as they can force a push onto the exposed inhibitor, forcing Team Vamos to play slightly differently should the next dragon spawn. But right now, Sanada is actually pretty low, almost dying to the Krug right there.
That would be funny if we caught him live, you know, dying to Krugs.
You know, with the 3 Doran's ring, you shouldn't really be dying anywhere there. But, you know, that being said, though, the triple Doran's ring did keep him alive.
Definitely,
at the very least.
And right now, I feel like Team Sigma is just trying to look for, you know, some more opportunities, trying to go forward. Because, like, during the team fights, I think the Zoe as well as the Aphelios have been keeping this team, you know, giving them the dub during some of these team fights, especially Aphelios clutching most of the team fights. 6-1-1, you know,
I mean, let's look at the situation right now, right? We look at Sigma and we think about how Sigma is going to engage. Sigma's engage is very all-in, which is they have to rely on. Hold on, we have the keep.
There's going to be another skirmish down in the mid lane, and C9 Snap is going to be the first one to go down. Onslaught of Shadows wants to go for the Trundle, and that is Spring TJP getting the first one. They are going to back off. That was a 1-for-1 trade. Not going to be worth it to try and, you know, chase it a little bit too far, but hey, I think Sigma saw the opportunity and they're just going to take it. C9 Snap a little bit too overzealous, and he is going to try and finish up Yo, that sidestep-ish though. And that is gonna be a flash. Soul Shackles going in for Kazor, and Morgana is gonna go gold. Kazor gonna get stunned, but that is gonna be another shutdown gold for the Hecarim. He wants to go for some more, but the Dark Binding is not gonna land. Woo! Down one. Barely lands that ultimate, and Don't Cry Amy wants to try and chase it, but a little bit too much. They see where Sanada is, and that is the slow. It is gonna land, but nope, not gonna be enough.
Don't Cry Amy coming in looking for it? No, it's not going for it. He got excited there.
A little bit too excited. I'd love to see it, but hey, now they are gonna try and get the siege on towards mid lane. Down one, a little bit too dangerous right now for Sigma to try and deal with. Whew.
Alright, so now both teams are going to quickly reset right now. They do know that Baron... Oh, actually, we're going to see Borman just to get caught right there. Now there's immediate response. It's going to be a 2v1 right now. And that is going to be a lot of damage onto the Trundle. The Trundle forced to flash away already. The team is coming in Sanada right now, going in for the chase. He actually gets the fish onto Morgana. Morgana is definitely going to die right now. That's going to be a 2-for-1 exchange. There's nothing going too much actually. Sanada making sure he stays alive. It's going to be a 2-for-0 exchange in favor for Sigma right now. That's just going to be very unfortunate for Vamos, as look at them. All five are collapsing. They're going for the chase. They are actually going to start the Baron. C9 Dive trying to come in with the snipe on the paddle star right there. Not actually having too much action going on. They do know that Baron is being taken down. Don't Cry Emmy is looking for the Baron shield. He's coming for it, but they all slowed down. They all stopped the Baron right now. They intentionally did that to kill him. And it's going to be a 5v2 situation. Nar's going to get... No, he's not going to get his ulti at all. It's going to be a 5v... It's going to be a clean ace. That was a very fast team fight going on.
Apparently I muted my mic. I was talking about stuff, but that did not happen, and Sanada wants to go in again. Wing Thunder's forced to go gold, but not gonna be enough. He is going to go down. That might be a full-on push down in the mid lane. And okay, that during that team fight, I just felt like all of Vamos was not in the same page. Some of them wanted to go in, and it felt like some of them didn't. Don't Cry Amy was forced to go in, and Spring TJP did not have Meganar up and ready. So you know what? Once everybody died, he was the only one left with C9 Snipe. I just felt like they could have just conceded that Baron and wait to fight another day, but they forced it anyway.
But you have to look at the discipline from Sigma, right? You could say that the Vamos made mistakes, but just see how that fight went. The moment that they saw Don't Cry Amy, everyone stopped attacking the Baron. They left the HP stay at 2,000. And just let that
might be another full-on range. Yep, they do want to try and find the engage again. Dragon might have to be conceded. Ooh, almost there. I would have thought Paddle Star would have gotten it, but no. Vayne is gonna secure that. I'm not sure if Smite was there as well. Nope.
No, Smite wasn't even used. It was the silver bullets from Vayne that actually got the Dragon kill. That would have been a smack in the face if Pavlstar was to get it when both junglers had Smite up, really.
Yo, that was very, very close. Right now, if you think about the Vision game as well, it's not very strong for both sides. Most of them probably expired by now, but Sigma is trying to look for another push. They're putting Yasuo down to push down in the bot lane. He wasn't doing too hot, but hey, he's trying to push 4 lanes all he can, and so far it's doing well for him. He does have teleport up, so in case the fight does break out, he can go out and help them, and they are trying to focus down top lane. Top lane does have an exposed inhibitor, but Sanada trying to go for the aggression. Now one forced to back off, and he meets a Vayne, and he's gonna force Flash out of there. He's trying to go for the 1v1, but no, that is a 1 versus 3. He is gonna go die, and that is one of the main carries for Vamos. Then they're trying to push for the top lane again. That's pretty much free.
One pushing all alone, especially with a Baron of Sigma. That is actually the worst thing you could do right now. And that might actually cost them more than just a turret right now. As we can see, Morgana getting caught actually.
Not the, okay, that is going to be a dead
right
Carway, but the
redemption! That is really low right now. He's actually trying to get kill onto Morgana. The fish is coming out. Vayne actually getting another kill right there. Ooh. The side steps are coming in, and that's going to be 3 members dead, even though they thought they caught the Vayne.
Definitely, but Morgana missed a lot of her bindings during the... I mean, granted, Vayne probably tumbled away from it, but hey, that is going to be an inhibitor for Team Sigma, and probably another inhibitor tower from the looks of it. Trundle has been pushing down mid lane, and yo, they do not have Baron anymore, but they do have the advantage, the three-man advantage there. And you know, Yasuo's been pushing up pretty well. Sanada is gonna zoom them out from that side, and Sprinty JP is going to miss that ultimate. And yo, that is just wasted. They could have waited just for a little bit and trying to go for the re-engage from now on one. He is gonna manage to get something very, very low. Not and don't try Amy wants to go for the re-engage, but outside of Shadows, still on cooldown. And yo, Sigma's just gonna rotate. They're gonna go for the bot lane. While since you know Yasuo managed to do a good job, and they do have control over Vamos' jungle. Sanada doing some damage for against the Hecarim. He is forced to go back, I think, and reset before another fight happens. Sigma just trying to wait for a death brush, but yo, that is gonna be Sanada getting poked out. Ooh, trying to look for something here, but no, not gonna be enough. Yo, don't cry, Amy did, instead of hitting the fence, he hit the pink ward. What? Okay.
This is a three item. This right now is dealing a lot of damage. They also are still burned out. Well, they were burned out at that point, and that's just something you have to respect. And right now they're looking for a bot lane siege, but it looks like Vamos is actually going to get a good defense on it, and I think it's a good idea to go call for a reset. But Sanada just playing with his fish, just playing with his food right now, really at this point.
He is 8, 3, and 6. Oh, speaking of fish, he is gonna throw his fish out towards the Gnar. Oh, Sanada is gonna go back off. He's playing a little bit too much with his food. Be careful.
I mean, Sanada does have only 38 seconds cooldown on that Fizz ultimate. If you wanted to ask me how many times has he casted his ultimate since the shenanigans at top lane, it's been used 3 times already. One when they were having that big team fight, one was under the turret, and then actually no, it's 4. One when they caught the Hecarim, and the 4th one just at the Gnar.
Oh, and that is going to be Drowsy landing on towards Karwe. He is down to half HP. Born Majestic doing a lot of damage to the Hecarim, and that is going to be a dead Hecarim. This is going to open up an opportunity for them to rush to their base. Vayne is making his way down there. He is going to use his ultimate. Sprinky JP is going to be stuck. Ooh, the push is not going to land. And Wind Thunders, that is just a lot of damage. Wind Thunders is going to be the next target, and that is the crit. The tree silver proc bullet thing, and he gets another kill. That is going to be a triple kill. Noun 1, the only one left standing. Kizor wants to get some more. Noun 1 is not going to land his ultimate. Will the team help him out? Yo, Kizor is just doing a lot of damage. The fish is going to land. They want to get some kill, and that is going to be an ace at the cost of Sanada. They are going to get the push here. First Nexus started is down. Second Nexus started is getting smacked in by the club of Team Sigma. Yo, Hecarim, there's nothing much you can do at this point. You're just gonna be fodder towards their KDA. He's gonna try and back off and delay the inevitable. But Karwe, you know what, team, we should probably not, mess up. And that is gonna be game number 2 for Team Sigma.
What a game right there. There's so many things we could talk about, what went right and what went wrong for both teams, but ultimately the biggest turning point was, oh, I can't even remember anymore.
I felt like
The
Vamos.
biggest turning point was that dragon, wasn't it?
Yeah, and not just that. I feel like Vamos would have had a fighting chance because Noun 1 did manage to win the fight on Baron Pit when they were taking Herald, but at the same time, he was pushing top lane all alone against they know Fizz was pretty much fed, and that's just like not good of him to try and push lane all alone, knowing that they do not have vision in the jungle whatsoever. So trying to risk it a little bit too much, but ended up dying against the 3 people of Sigma, and they're just slowly gaining more momentum and the advantage that they had and snowball it even bigger, especially the
I
Vayne.
remember the turning point now. Just when Vamos thought they had the advantage after they won that team fight at the Rift Herald,
Exactly.
even though it got stolen by the Trundle, the problem was they overstayed and then they got chased down. I can't remember which 2 members it was, but there were 2 members who did get caught out.
Yeah, it
I
was
believe
Aphelios
it was
and
Wind
Morgana.
Thunders and Aphelios, right?
Yeah.
They thought they could go against the Trundle, but then the entire team of Sigma just came over to back him up. And with those 2 dead, that gave the Baron over to Sigma, and immediately the whole game just went away from Vamos' hands. And you have to give credit to Sigma where credit is due. Every time Don't Cry Amy thought he could go in for a Dragon or Baron steal, Sigma just stopped. Like they just halted their attacks and they just stopped. And if you're a jungler and you have good intuition on when to steal Baron and Dragon, you know when to go in. And if the whole enemy team just stops, that throws your timing off so hard, and you walk in and you look really silly as they just focus you instead. And that's what Sigma did actually, and it did stop aiming. Now, the one thing I'm going to highlight about this whole game that I find really unfortunate is that throughout this whole game, we never really saw a very impactful Gnar ultimate. It's
Yeah.
almost as if this pit did not work out for them.
Because like especially during team fights, by the time Nar got there, it's either he was just trying to stack up his Nar ultimate, or just was not stacked up anyway. Because like by the time he teleports, it's always been too late, and he was, I wouldn't say useless, but like at that time he can't really make good use of his ultimate, and he just ends up dying a little bit more, even though he was trying to get. He was ahead against the Yasuo early on, but it did not snowball him enough to a point that he became a major threat. I felt like the Gnar was picked a bit early, right?
Yes, that
Yeah,
was definitely
okay.
was picked
So
as first pick.
so that was gonna be a little bit hard trying to go in. He could have chosen Aatrox, because Aatrox was not banned during the first phase, if I'm not mistaken. But maybe trying to switch things up with the Gnar. But hey, that is gonna be game 2. Anything else you wanna say before we head on into intermission, Mr. Coco?
No, not really. That was just a really good game too. Hopefully, we're gonna see equally interesting game 3.
Will you think it's gonna be a reverse sweep?
Honestly, calling it a reverse sweep is hard to say right now because Vamos is actually making a lot of key mistakes where they could have pressed the game. Honestly, this game 2, was actually theirs to lose, and they did throw away that lead when both members of Noun and Wind Thunders just both thought they could kill the Trundle when the entire team just converged on them. And so I'm fearing for them that that's gonna cost them the series, but hopefully game 3 they can pick something up and hopefully at least get one win.
Yep, definitely. And with that, I'd like to head on into a short break before we continue on with game number 3. and welcome back to Weekend Warriors X ESB League of Legends Online Tournament. This is going to be game number 3 between Team Sigma against Vamos. Sigma won the first 2. Will we be seeing a reverse sweep, or will Sigma just clean sweep this and get the dub? We see.
Well, we are already seeing a swap over Cold Zero Legend actually coming into the fray. I believe he's taking over the jungle role.
Yeah, from the look, Don't Try Amy is gonna back up and go in for the substitute.
Who questions
And Wukong, yep, as we said before, the Trundle is gonna be banned out. We talked about this a little bit off air. Trundle and Wukong is gonna go away, and they are gonna try and take. Sigma is gonna try and take away Anivia from C9 Snipe again. Has not letting it go, and Jarvan from the hands of Cold Zero Legend.
Yes, the adaptive ban coming out for the Trundle finally coming in. I do think it is one game late, but we will see if they can claw back for this game. So far, we are expecting the third ban right now. Let's see, from the trend right now, I think they might keep with the Vladimir ban or the Azir ban that's coming out right now.
Azir is gonna go off, and that is gonna be an insta-lock first pick for Ola for Born Majestic. So I think they have a team comp in mind that they want to go out. Ooh, okay. A Pike. Nah. I'm not going to give them the Lulu. Will we see a Rakan and Zaya? Nope, it is going to be a Lulu being locked in for Wind Thunders. Now won the next pick. Probably just going to install an 80 carry. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a Kalista. Hovering over it, thinking about it. Nope, it is going to be again the Aphelios being picked. Did work out well for him the second game, but he was a little bit too overzealous with some of his maneuvers. Solo pushing top lane, and here we go. Probably going to, stop making those small mistakes and step up even more for this final game.
All right, we are expecting now I think they're going to pick a bot lane counter matchup right away. I don't think they're going to show the mid lane pick so early because that's going to be Lulu and Aphelios is 100% bot lane. So if you are saving your picks for later or counter picks, this is definitely the best time to just counter pick the bot lane so that you can still keep your cards hidden.
Most definitely. And Sanada, next one, probably trying to go for a counter pick, as you said, for Lulu, because Varus has already been locked in. And yep, that is going to be a Braum trying to counter all of the stuff that Aphelios is going to be putting out, all the damage. Just block it out with the Ice Shield, and here we go. Spring TJP, final pick for this first phase of pick and bans.
I am expecting a jungle pick here. If not, it's going to be a top lane pick. They do have counter pick for mid lane, but actually, you know what? Considering the situation, I do think a top lane pick would be here. If they were not going for a counter pick mid, it would have been a counter pick top just by the way things going. But they are confident in their top laner skill so far. They have been keeping Wingless Crow in check. So we're going to see the next set of bans right now, and the Corki is going to come through. They definitely do not want to deal with that. It is a surprise that it wasn't picked early, but we are going to get the Veigar ban, and the last ban coming in is going to be, yes, the Vladimir.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with Sanada's Vladimir. A little bit too annoying, and as well as the Corki, with the amount of damage that the Corki dealt.
I won't be denied.
And he's just practically gone. And Sejuani a final jungle ban, because Cold Zero Legend, from all the past games that I've seen, he either plays the Jarvan or the Sejuani, relatively tankier jungler compared to the rest. So, maybe it might be a Kayn.
We might see a Zac then, wouldn't that be the case if we are looking at tanky junglers?
Yep, what I say, it is going to be a Kayn in the jungle. He can still go either blue or red. Because, if I'm not mistaken, I've seen him play a Kayn or even a Master Yi in the jungle against Team Sigma a couple tournaments back. And it kind of threw Sigma off guard with the Master Yi. And who knows, maybe with the substitute for coming in for Ramos.
Don't think Master Yi is going to be a good idea this game.
Yeah, probably not for this game, right?
Varus has already showed his hand. Braum has already showed his hand. You might not be able to slow down Yi, but if everyone auto attacks him, he's going to get stunned. He's going to get CC. That's just a terrible idea.
Not a good idea. And that is going to be Maokai being locked in for the top lane to play against the Renekton. Oh, Sarada. Okay. Zoe, no, it. Syndra fix. Okay. A lot of balls there from Syndra. Trying to. Fastest projectile in the game, if I'm not mistaken. And now that is going to be C9 snipe on the Yasuo.
I don't expect the Yasuo coming in. I do favor something like a LeBlanc. I don't think Ryze would be too much of a good idea just because of the situation that they're going to be in. A Katrina would be very interesting, but no, it's going to be a LeBlanc.
Most definitely going to be a LeBlanc. LeBlanc, a lot of mobility, a lot of a deception game going on. And who knows, maybe he will be able to do the Ryzen Hiruma. He did play pretty good on the LeBlanc. No, that was Damze. Yeah, very good mid laner. But who knows? Nice snipe might try. Might do good this time against Sanada, because so far he has been put under Alicia by Sanada, trying to keep him in the lane and in check, and not really roaming as much. But who knows, with the LeBlanc, a lot of mobility, and might be able to win the team fight. Maybe we've been able to win against mid lane. I can't English.
All right, what I will say now though is that I am actually interested to see how the game is gonna turn up in general. I do expect Sigma to try and do a level 1 cheese. Because when you have Braum in your party, it doesn't matter what the opponent really has. Problem with starting with a Q start is going to slow your target, and anyone who follows up is immediately going to lead to a stun. That's going to force a flash. They are ahead. It is game 3 for them. It is match point for them. But I don't think it's going to be any harm in them trying a cheeky level 1 play should they decide to do it. Right?
Definitely.
Now, the mid lane matchup will be interesting this game. Syndra is a very powerful mid game mage, and so is LeBlanc. Syndra definitely getting more powerful with the as long as she summons as many orbs as she can. And the way that C9 Snipe and Sonata has been playing, I expect them to just end up killing each other a lot. So it is actually going to be the jungler's job to try and make sure that their mid laner doesn't die too often.
Yeah. I certainly agree. And now with Cold Zero Legend in the mix, and he is gonna be playing the Kayn. I would like to see a good jungle path for Kayn, and
Oh, don't remind me.
and
I was trying to not to mention it, but all right, okay. If we're gonna see efficient Kayn play right now, if we're gonna see it, it's gonna be because we're going for the top lane here. It's gonna be blue start, wolves, into 2 wolves, into the entire raptor camps, into red, into top lane. That's gonna be level 3 gank. If you want a level 2 gank, by all means. But I think Kayn is a bit more useful with level 3 so that he can actually run through walls and get the slow.
yeah, and especially for Kayn, not just level 3, but in the later games, I feel like this matchup, if he does get to snowball a lot more, he probably can try and go blue Kayn and just try
As much as I think Blue Kayn does sound fun, I don't think it's a good idea just because Aphelios and LeBlanc has already a lot of damage front loaded. Unless the situation arises that you really need to delete Syndra or Varus ASAP, I do think that having a red Kayn is going to allow Cold Zero
Longer
Legend to
sustain.
survive the Syndra burst a little bit longer.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like that situation will only arise if they get, if the Kayn gets super ahead and Vamos is steamrolling. But you're playing against Team Sigma in the grand final, so Sigma is not just gonna let you bulldoze them as easy like that. So vice versa with Vamos. So I'd love to see where this game is gonna lead. Whether it's gonna be a 3-0 sweep or maybe we get to see a game 4 and potentially a game 5 for this tournament.
Yep, as we are gonna head into the game in the next 10 seconds. Friend Zizi, do you think Sigma can get the 3-0? Or do you think Vamos is gonna show them that you can't just count them out?
Yeah. Okay. As much as I would like to see a 3-0, but the thing is Sigma or not Sigma. Vamos has always been the team that brought Sigma, you know, I wouldn't say to its knees, but like in the first cinema, they brought Sigma to Game 5. You know, that granted that was Sigma's new lineup and whatnot, but in the second one, I think it was like 3-1. I am not sure. Let me double check that real quickly, but it is gonna be a little bit hard to say who's gonna be the winner. But for this match, I feel like Vamos can get this one because I feel like they already panaskan engine, they're ready to play, they know what they want. So who knows? I'd love to see it, but that's just my take.
Well, one can only hope that we see some life back in Vamos. Game 2, I think Vamos almost had it, but the small misplay costed them just a little bit too much. Let's see if they can actually secure a win for this Game 3 of theirs. I'm just looking at the situation right now. Let's see. Olaf has Conquerors.
And we are back into the rift. We have Team Sigma on the red side and Vamos on the... Wait, no. Team Sigma on the blue side and Vamos on the red side. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be the rundown. Wingless Crow as Maokai in the top lane, Born Majestic using the Olaf in the jungle, Syndra in the mid lane, Kazor as the Varus AD carry, and Carway with the Braum support. And for the red side, we have Vamos, Spring TJP with the Renekton up in the top lane, Cold Zero Legend using the Kayn in the jungle, C9 Snipe as LeBlanc, made down one again going with the Affiliates, and Wind Thunders with the Lulu in the bot lane. No early game cheese from the looks of it. Not anyone. They're not gonna both risk it. It is definitely match point. So if anything goes wrong, you bet one of the coaches is going to be a little bit mad.
Oh, definitely. And look at this. Narun is actually opting for the cleanse this game because of the CC potential from the bot lane of Sigma. And actually, if you think about it, the CC that Sigma has in general is actually pretty scary. They have a lot of single targeted CCs. Once you are stunned by that Braum, you can get... If you don't get stunned by the Braum, you're going to get caught by the Varus ultimate right there. And it's going to be a twisted advance from the Maokai to keep you secured for another 3 seconds. As we're going to see both junglers starting from the bottom side of jungle there are slowly going to move towards the top. As we can see, it's going to be a proper Kayn rooting for the first time this game.
Ah, man. You mean the first time this tournament? Okay, a couple of aggressive trades there in the top lane between Wingless Crow as well as Spring TJP. Wind Thunder's trying to reply with the poke, but not working out well for him. But now in one, at least swapping those weapons in and out. And they did manage to put down a ward near Kayn's chickens, but he's just gonna go up in for the red buff and maybe attempt a very early gank on towards top lane. I'd love to see it. He's already level 2.
He's actually opting for the wolf clear, and he just cleared it right now. But that's going to be a very interesting difference because it does mean that Kayn is actually going to be an experience disadvantage as they are both going to meet the top lane. Kayn decides to go gank for top lane right now, but here's the problem. Renekton is so pushed forward that he's not going to be able to get a clean gank onto them. As look at Olaf, he's slowly pushing towards top lane now.
Yeah, but Olaf, they will see Olaf trying to push from the river. And now we're going to go pan in on towards the top side. But C9 Snipe is taking a lot of damage. They're trying to debate it. But here we go. That is going to be the case. He is already level 3. And that Q is going to land. And Born Majestic, very, very low. Fails the flash. First blood going in for Spring TJP. And Wingless Crow, he tries to go in for the escape. Tries to go flash out. Woo! Very, very close. But that is going to be the Saplings getting the kill on towards the Renekton. Early first blood for Vamos. And that is a 1-for-2 in favor for Vamos.
That was such a terrible mistake from Springles right there. There was absolutely no reason to jump in. you know that Maokai has the E, the sapling, and he was solo. By just even taking a sapling explosion, he was guaranteed to die. And he gave Maokai a chance, an extra 300 gold for no absolute reason. Maokai's gonna come back with double cloth armor, and it's gonna slow down the damage that Sprinkles can do to it. But look at that damage from Sonata right now onto Sleeping Star.
That is a lot of punishment from the Syndra. Right now, as you said, like Syndra does have a very early advantage compared to the LeBlanc, and that is going to be another early gank in the bot lane from Born Majestic. He is going to get rooted down, and Spring TJP trying to go for the advantage is going to flash stun him, and that is going to be another kill for round 1. Vamos is trying to pop off here. They finally came online after a couple of games, and that is going to be Sprinty getting, delayed a little bit for his teleport up in the top lane, but Kane is guarding his lane in case he needs to. They do see him though, I think. Yeah, they have been picking up in the top lane, but the poke from the Lulu working out well for Vamos.
Yes, that was a very good teleport play from Springles, I would say. Getting a kill, going to redeem himself just a little bit. He's going to go back to top lane, a little bit down in experience, but actually he's 2 levels on in experience. Hopefully he's going to catch the big wave that's actually crashing onto his wave right now. But overall, I would say that is technically pretty worth it, because now it puts Spalding pretty ahead.
Yep, pretty ahead a little bit, relieves the pressure as well. And Kane has been sighted in Sigma's jungle. He has been counter jungling a couple of, I think it was this A camp, took Gromp, and trying to look for another advantage. Lulu trying to push in from the river down 1. He's gonna get spotted. Carway warding the river, just trying to provide some vision as well as safety, not to over push this.
Sonata again going for that triple Doran's ring. This time I would say
there we go. They do see Born Majestic again for another gank in the ball. Carway is gonna flash out towards down 1. He is gonna get stunned, and Born Majestic gets another one. Wind Thunders is gonna get exhausted, and Cold Zero Legend is gonna try and find at least something to get Kaiser. He does not have any HP. Both very, very low for the bot laners of Team Sigma, but with the Olaf being there providing a very strong presence, they're just not gonna fight that.
Exactly, that was such a good gank again from Born Majestic. It just seems as if Olaf is just always one up in the ganking. As we're going to see a little bit of fight at the top lane right now. Both of them actually have the healing reduction, and no, Renekton is actually going to be the loser of that fight.
I just feel like that Bramble Vest is doing a lot to negate the damage from the Renekton. Yes, he does have Executioner's Calling. He's going to reduce the healing from Maokai's passive a little bit, but you can only do so much. I think his rage stacks was not was not proper, I think, during that
His rage
fight.
stack wasn't past 50. It wasn't enough for Call to make to actually get the enough HP regeneration for his Q. But the thing is, look at the itemization from top lane, right? They both immediately spec into healing reduction items, because they know that Maokai is going to sustain if left unchecked, and Renekton is also going to sustain if left unchecked, with both of them, one having the passive, one having the Q to sustain the lane. And they both do not want any, they both are not agreed to the gentleman's top lane. They actually want to kill each other. The aggressive item buy from this just proves that point.
Definitely, and a lot of skirmishes in the mid lane as well. As much as C9 Snipe wants to prove, assert dominance towards the Syndra, but it's just Syndra doing a lot of damage every time the LeBlanc tries to go, and she is just gonna get outranged and outpoked with the Syndra orbs, and that's just not working out well for him. And Kane as well in the top side. They see Born Majestic clearing the wave, clearing the pink ward down in bot lane. So a little bit dangerous, and the full combo did not land onto our Sanada, and right now both of the mid laners are relatively a bit low in terms of mana, but hey, C9 Snipe still has blue buff, so she should be fine, as well as Corrupting Pots to sustain her a little bit against Sanada's poke. And yeah, and that might be a sneaky dragon for the Olaf. I think they saw Kane moving in from the pink ward up top, and Olaf's just gonna take it. No one's gonna try and even contest it from the looks of it. Yep, Born Majestic solo it, and yeah, that's gonna be pretty much free first dragon for Team Sigma. And fix
And
away
that is the Ocean Dragon 2, as we're going to see a Dragon top lane, the 2-set advance coming in, the ultimate from Maokai trying to slow them down. He's going to take so much damage, force to flash already. The teleport in coming from the Syndra. She gets the 2-man stun. She's going to delete Cold Zero Legend right immediately. It's going to be a 2v1 right now. Almost getting the kill onto Maokai right there, but Maokai just has just enough armor to stay alive.
And Umbral Trespass did not manage to land. Kane's ultimate, you know, hey, Maokai was a little bit too far away, and the Syndra, you know, same thing. She has a lot of range. She stunned both of them with her orbs. It's just not, that gank did not work out well, as I thought. Like, Maokai could have gotten deleted, but the amount of damage, not damage, the tankiness that he has just worked out well for him.
Not only that, but the teleport play was actually enabled because C9 Snipe decided to back. If C9 Snipe was actually in lane during that ordeal, he could have maybe at least burst Sonata down so that it made it a harder time for Sonata. But that was just a very good TP timing, as we're going to see a gank onto the mid lane as the Kane is going in for a revenge. Force flash already from the Syndra right there,
yep,
and she's going to take an Umbral Trespass, but she's getting ready to stun.
Oh, that is not going to be cash money. Sanada is going to get another one. Ooh, C9 Snipe forced to flash, but that is going to be a trade 1 for 2, and red buff, blue, double buff fully transferred, and down 1 just trying to take the, trying to get something out of bot lane with his lead earlier, but Braum is just blocking everything. Rift Herald is in Sigma's hands. They want to get a couple tower plates down in the mid lane. Nobody can deal with that as of right now. No teleports up by anyone, and it might be early 10 minutes.
They just avoided it right there, as the Scuttle is actually going to die just before, but they are still going to get the first turret right away. 10 minutes 25 in. That is going to be one of the earliest first turrets I've seen. And not to mention that actually all 4 turret plating gold went to the Olaf. So if we look at the gold difference from the Olaf right now, I think he has about 1,000 up. Yeah, he does.
Yep, yeah, he does. That's like 1.2 thousand gold lead above the Kane. Kane has been ganking, but not all of his ganks has been working out well for him. Trying to look for another opportunity down in the bot lane. He has opted to go for red Kane, so a lot of CC, a lot of damage. Yeah, he is trying to push through the alcove, but he knows that no vision is currently there for Sigma, and trying to look for something, but his teammates pushed it a little bit too far, so he is forced to back off. Wasted a couple of seconds there of his time, but hey, what can he do? Sometimes you just have to try, and he did try.
A couple of seconds is an understatement right now, because at this point Olaf is actually just pressing the advantage just further and further on, and Kane is actually falling behind, not only in levels but in farm. If he does not get a few more successful ganks out of this is actually going to spell a lot of trouble for Vamos.
Yep, and that is going to be another push from Vamos, from Team Sigma. Syndra is going to be pushing up there. They know where Cold Zero Legend is, so this might be a gank. Again, another skirmish up in the top lane, and Kane is just trying to defend mid lane. He's trying to run away and probably provide some backup up in the top lane.
Yep, and you have to remember that mid lane turret is already broken, so Sanada does have that mid prio.
That is a lot of damage from Sanada.
The Electrocute getting the kill right there. Maokai running for his life. LeBlanc forced the distortion back. Sanada taking a little bit too much turret damage actually. Might want to back because LeBlanc can still kill you.
Kane is making his way up in the top lane. Action is coming. He's going to get the knockup, but instantly stunned. Umbral Trespass is going to go towards Wingless Crow. He wants to get the heal, and that is probably not going to be enough. But Wingless Crow very, very low, and yo, C9 Snipe is going to take a lot of minion damage. Will that be enough? I would want to see the part at top lane, but Noun 1 is going to take a lot of turret damage, and that is not going to be enough. Cutaway forced to go gold. Sanada is going to get the kill. No, he's going to get the kill on towards Cinder. Not going to be worth it. And Noun 1, he barely made it out of there alive. And Olaf pushed down mid lane. He is trying to look for an opportunity in the bot lane. Again, that was a beautiful re-engage from... No, beautiful engage from Sanada, as well as Wingless Crow up in the top lane.
That fight was just played out so horribly from Vamos. You know, Vamos was just... Cold Zero Legend was just a little bit too greedy in that top lane fight, right? He actually should have taken down the Maokai, because Maokai was actually almost dead. But instead, after the Umbral Trespass is done, he immediately opted to go for the Syndra, which actually was the reason he died. Because The moment he got out of that and he tried to go for the Syndra, Maokai went back in for a twisted advance and used his Q to push the Kane out of combat stance and locked him up for a few more seconds. If he opted to go for the Maokai instead, targeted the Maokai with the LeBlanc, they would have gotten the kill and it would have turned the situation into a 2v1, and maybe that could have gotten ahead of out of that situation. So that was just really poor target choice right there from Vamos.
Yeah, definitely. And now Dragon is up, and Sigma does have control over Dragon Pit and trying to look for something. And we have a couple of teams, couple of players of Vamos still trying to defend Dragon, and both top laners do not have teleport. So if a fight does break out, it's gonna be probably an even fight of 4v4 unless one of them tries to make their way down as soon as they start Dragon. But from the looks of it, bot side River is in full control from Sigma, and Kazor is gonna be ganked. A 1 versus 3 Cold Zero Legend trying to go for him. The smite is gonna land, and the knockup is gonna get sidestepped, and that is gonna be a re-engage. That is Kazor. No, that is Wind Thunder's forced to use Overgrowth on himself. And that is probably gonna be a dead Cold Zero Legend. Spring TJP fighting against the Maokai. Yo, this just gave me a sense of deja vu. They want to get something again, and that Q from Braum is not gonna land. This gives Sigma even more control over Dragon. They know they have the jungler down. He can't try to steal anything, and that is gonna be a turret for them.
Sigma was already rotating the bot lane because they knew Dragon was coming up, so they wanted to apply pressure to stave off the members of Vamos from that second Dragon. And now as they do secure it, that is the Mountain Dragon. That does mean Maokai is going to be harder to kill. Braum is going to be even more tanky. Olaf is going to have some sort of tankiness to him.
But that is going to be Spring TJP. He is going to get dived under turret by the Maokai and is going to go down. Maokai 3-1-5. He's been winning the trades against the Renekton as of late, and that's just like very unfortunate. A fight where you would have thought, yo, okay, I felt like that Renekton could have won, especially he got that early game lead, if I'm not mistaken.
It's really hard for Renekton to beat that early game lead because the problem with that was that Maokai immediately specced into the Bramble Vest, which is literally the 1100 gold item that just counters the sustain of a Renekton, right? The thing that makes a Renekton hard to lane against is that he has really aggressive sustain in his empowered Call the Meat, right? The empowered Q heals for about, I think about a good 150
this
HP,
is gonna be
as we
another
might
cheese
see a
gank in the
top
top
lane
lane, and Spring TJP Sanada barely misses the stun on her orbs, and he wants to probably go in for some more, but reinforcements from the LeBlanc is gonna push up in the top lane. They want to look for something, but will it be enough? They are gonna back off. 3 players from Vamos is gonna go in, and that flash stun from Sanada, and yo, that is gonna be enough to kill her. That is the first shutdown gold onto her Sanada. The C9 Snipe doing a lot of damage. Wingless Crow only building a lot of armor, but the damage from C9 Snipe, whoa, that pushback with his Q is gonna deny him a little bit, but Spring TJP is gonna get another kill during that team fight. I felt like it would have been better to go in the hands of the LeBlanc, but you know, you get what you can. 11-6 as of now.
Yeah, Vamos finally getting some breathing room right now. You know, the game's been going horribly wrong for them. They finally do pick up two very well needed shutdown kills. Renekton did get a
this is
shutdown,
gonna be another
bot lane
fight
right now, mid lane fight.
That is gonna be Umbral Trespass from Cold Zero Legend, but it's not gonna be enough. He is gonna get stunned from Kari, and Board Majestic gets a kill on towards Wind Thunders, and Kazor gets another one from Cold Zero Legends. It is 17 minutes and 13-6. That is a lot of gold lead for Team Sigma, around 5,000, 5 to 6,000.
It is a 6,000 gold lead right now, and they are going to summon the second Rift Herald. This is going to destroy the mid lane inhibitor turret right there. If not destroy, it's going to be really low anyway, and they're going to go for a re-siege right now. As the mid lane minion wave has been cleared, it does mean that they cannot secure the mid lane turret for now, but just when we thought that Vamos actually had some breathing room against the whole situation, this up comes the mid lane fight.
Yeah, the mid lane fight I felt was a little bit too overzealous for Vamos. They have been losing control of their own jungle. Not a lot of wards for them as well, especially since Sigma has been making good use from their advantage, and they want to look for something to siege. Top lane is pushing in their favor, and that is going to be a first pause from Team Sigma. One of their supports is lagging a little bit, and it'd be like that, huh?
It is gonna be like that. Now, I just don't know where to start. Like, the gangs from Kane were decent. It wasn't bad. But I feel like
It
the
was
biggest
forced.
turn point so far was that bot lane incident, wasn't it? When everyone just teleported
Definitely.
bot.
Definitely. But the thing is, I felt like the Kane ganks, as you said, was not bad, but it wasn't the best. And some of the ganks were a little bit forced, especially the
Yeah.
ones in the bot lane and the fight during Dragon as well. They could have conceded. They know they didn't have, vision in their for Dragon Pit, but they really tried to force it. They wanted to find an opportunity, but sometimes it's just not worth the risk. And now they are gonna go back to the game, and we might see another team fight breaking out as soon as the pause is over.
I don't think they're gonna go for an extended team fight just because the Varus is actually not there yet. But it's not gonna stop Sigma from fighting. Like, Sigma is really confident. Syndra is 6-2. She only has Luna's Echo. Actually, item wise, she's dead even with her blank right now. But the level 11 ultimate damage is actually gonna be significant, as we are gonna see.
Oh, what?
Another-
That is gonna be a
Whoa.
lot of disconnects from Team Sigma. All of them has they're gonna restart the internet and they're gonna go for a pause. I think 4 of the players got disconnected. But if that's the case, what was that again, Coco? Let's just continue where we left off with Syndra being level 11 and just doing a lot of damage.
Well, I mean, Syndra's one of those champions where the more levels she has, the more annoying she is, because her passive does increase the effectiveness of her spells. So her Q is already at the max level, which does mean that it deals bonus damage. Her next power spike is going to be actually at level 11 for her ultimate, then at level 13 when she gets that second skill to rank 5. But the catch potential of Sigma is actually what's scary, because you can set up a few orbs and just send them out, and that's gonna stun, and that stun is gonna allow for a Varus follow up, for a Braum follow up. Like, the catch potential for Sigma right now is extremely powerful, especially because they are just so far ahead that they can constantly go in and catch anybody and know that they probably are not going to die for it.
Definitely. And right now, I think some of them is trying to reconnect. Yep, we have at least 4 of them reconnect. I'm not sure if they're playing from the same house, since all of them disconnected. Maybe they are, because they did try and do that last time to prevent any mishaps. But I think the next team fight would most definitely be either another Dragon Pit or Baron, and maybe even a siege fight. They were trying to siege bot lane, but from the looks of it, Sigma is gonna back off. And yeah, let's not fight this. They're definitely gonna try and recuperate and find another opportunity again. They have the lead. They just need to make sure to not just make these small mistakes and all of a sudden just giving it to Vamos. The game is gonna be resuming in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, no one's gonna meet up with each other. Yeah, they're not gonna be fighting as
No,
of
I
yet.
think that disconnect just said, all right, we're just gonna abandon this game time. We're gonna wait for the next dragon
Yeah.
spawn.
It really interrupted their momentum a little bit, I feel.
It definitely killed the momentum.
Yeah, they were looking for something to buy, but like, you know what, guys? Probably not. And that is now one gonna secure the red buff. His own red buff and Dragon Pit and Baron, they are gonna be spawning up very, very soon. And from the looks of it, Sigma has a lot of control of topside river. So they can try
Varus
to
is
cheese
actually
this.
playing the Legolas build, or the modern version of the Legolas build, I would say. The lethality of Varus coming in over there. But the itemization is a bit interesting. Do you remember what that item does?
So I think for the let me just hover over it a little bit.
I believe
quickly.
it's the ward clearing item.
Yep, ward
Yes.
clearing. Umbral Glaive is it's usually you would go for Duskblade and Yomu's, right? But I think the vision control from that one gives him pretty much a free red trinket to try and clear stuff. And we look like it's gonna be another skirmish down in the top lane. Kazor is gonna get root Wind Thunders pretty early. Code Zero Legends trying to go in for a flank, but Wingless Crow, they're gonna regroup up. Here the ball lane, they're trying to look for a re-engage, and Sprinty JP is not gonna get sniped yet. Sarada is still pushing up the top lane. Now they're gonna converge on towards C9 side. Yeah, they just have to back off because some of them were already caught in the crossfire. A little bit of them were low, and Syndra has been pushing top lane. And I felt like they could have won that 4v5 if they re-engaged properly.
This is disastrous for Vamos right now. They actually had 5 people and they actually had control of the dragon, but they were just so scared of the damage output and the potential teleport from Syndra, which, well, I tell you, Syndra's teleport was not ready.
Yup, and there we go. That's gonna be the engage, the 3-man knockup as well as the stun. Yup, Umbral Trespass is gonna keep you alive for so long, but Wind Thunders is gonna be the first one to go down, as Dex is gonna be down 1, but Sprinty JP is gonna get Kazor, but he is gonna go down. That is a 1 for 3. That is definitely not cash money. Exact what I say, they do not have control even for their jungle. And that Syndra stun, like, it knocked up, it managed to land over 3 people, and they just like went dead. And that's gonna open up a mid turret, and Inhibitor is probably gonna be next, but no, Baron is up, and they're probably just gonna try to set up for Baron and maybe reset and try and go for another fight.
Exactly. Now I feel like if Vamos actually tracked the Morgana TP just slightly better, they would have known that her TP actually wasn't available. They actually fell for the bluff of Sigma, saying that, all right, just push top and then should we fight TP over, and they believed that her TP was up.
Yep,
that actually caused Vamos to be really to just over respect the potential TP coming in. And if they actually went for that engage, who knows how the fight would have went. It is still dealing with a very tanky Maokai and a very fed Olaf at this point, and the best damage output from Vamos would be these LeBlanc and the Renekton. I did want to say at this point though that the build from Varus does mean that he is relegated to more of a supportive role, where he is primarily there for CC and for somewhat of a cleanup, where he does apply some auto attack stacks and then try and execute people with his WQ combo.
And speaking of teleports, that is gonna be Maokai trying to push for the bot lane. He does have his teleport up, so now even more Vamos is slowly losing control of this game. That's all I'm gonna say. Sanada pushing again the top lane. Nobody can really deal with him alone. And Born Majestic and Carway, they're just trying to get rid of all the vision they have, trying to delay and control Vamos and put them in a leash even more.
And look at that Q damage just onto the LeBlanc right now. The Varus actually only has 2 items, not even having the Duskblade, and LeBlanc has taken 40% of her HP. Can you imagine the damage that would have been done if he had Duskblade?
Yep, he's gonna be very, very big. And the thing is, Kane is a little bit behind. Nothing's worse than a Kane that is behind. They're trying to go look for something in Wingless Crow, but that is gonna be a 2 versus 1. But Wingless Crow being very, very tanky, he is gonna go for the Kane first. But reinforcements is here. C9 Snipe is gonna help. It's gonna be a 3 versus 1, and that alone is taking a long time for them to try and kill them. And Baron has started, and that is Sanada insta killing the Wind Thunders. He is gonna go down, and Baron is pretty much free for the taking. They know Cold Zero Legend is down in the bot lane trying to deal with the super tanky Maokai, and they managed to get a 1-for-1 trade as well as the Baron.
Yup, Wingless Crow just not dying at the bot lane fight there. He has so much armor. The only person who actually could kill him was C9 Snipe. As we just saw just now, like you said, the Kane is just so far behind that Wingless Crow basically almost soloed him out. Definitely,
because like even if C9 Snipe LeBlanc. If C9 Snipe was not even there, it would have taken a couple more a longer time for them to kill him. But you know, since she was there, okay, it's gonna be fine. But that's the thing, Kane is very behind, and it looks like he's gonna go and build Death Dance first, which makes a lot of sense since you know you get to heal a lot more. But at the same time, you're a little bit behind. So it would be better to focus on getting tanky item, and he is gonna get rooted and booted. He looks like he is gonna go down. Umbral Trespass is gonna keep him safe just for a little while longer, but Kazor is just doing a lot of damage. That is 3 stacks of blight, and
Oh, that is so cool.
he makes it out of there alive. But the thing is, he is low. They know he's gonna force to reset, and that is gonna be a view.
Blood going in, trying to get the execute right there, but not being able to. The Yomu's Ghostblade is actually, and the heal is actually going to give him just enough movement speed to play Dance's Revolution, basically.
Made it out alive, and Freaky JP is trying to look for an opportunity to flank them from the side, but he is all alone. Sanada and Kazor is the line of defense between Dragon and the Olaf, but Cold Zero Legends trying to look for another one, and that is going to be Dragon. He is going to get stunned. He is very, very low. Sanada is going to get another kill. Yes, Inferno Soul. So they're going to be doing a lot of damage, and LeBlanc is going to get stunned. She is very, very low. And Maokai!
He's taking no damage!
Tanky. Now in one is pretty tanky, but at that point, dealing with that Maokai, he really can. That is a double kill for Board Majestic. It looks like it's gonna be game. Infernal Soul as well as Baron. They can just try and push this, and it might be a 3-0 finish. They want to look for... They want to end this right now. And the damage from Sanada. LeBlanc was instantly destroyed, and that is going to be some more damage. They want to get some more kills. Bold Majestic gets another one. Renekton sold all his items, so he knows that, you know, okay, this is most definitely game. And it is going to be a 3-0 sweep, I think. Yeah, it's going to be a 3-0.
That is a 3-0 clean sweep, and it does mean that Sigma will be the champions of the ESB, well, technically the Weekend Warriors X ESB League of Legends stay-at-home tournament.
Yep, they have been conquering the tournaments here in Brunei. They have won 3 consecutive tournaments so far that we have hosted, and so far, same thing. The first tournament, Sigma got first, Vamos got second, XP got third, and the second one, same thing again. As well as the third one right now. So will the curse ever be broken? Well, you can say it's a curse, you can say it's not. But hey, that was just GG. Beautiful game by both teams. You'd love to see it. Any closing thoughts, Coco?
I do have closing thoughts. I do think that if Vamos is looking to steal games against Sigma in the near future, they do need to work out their jungling problem, because I do think that in all 3 games, one of the major contributing factors as to why the game went very haywire was in the jungle. I'm not saying that the jungler made too many mistakes, but like there's a lot of optimization that can go through so that they can actually have a better chance at the early game. The last minute switch towards the new player for the Kane, that did not work out for them. Maybe it would have worked in a different scenario, but it does not change the fact that all of the game's loss has been mostly because Board Majestic has basically had a good edge in jungle efficiency, in ganking, and basically turning the macro game around.
And I feel like another tip for Vamos is that they could certainly try to play a little bit more towards other lanes. That makes a lot of sense. But like you can see, like their main carries would definitely be either C9 Snipe or Now in One. Granted, Spring TJP really does well too, but as you said, one of their, I wouldn't say weak points, but things that they can improve on is definitely the jungler, and maybe more like a bigger champion pool, because you've seen the Anivia ban. You've like almost every single time the Mordekaiser and apa kita yang kena ban. You've seen a lot of bans that is basically repeating itself. And granted that they can be like one-trick ponies, but at the same time, if that champion is banned, what else are you gonna do? Maybe having a big skill champion pool helps especially if you look at how I'm just gonna use Sanada as an example. He played, Soraka mid, and Syndra. He played Corki, and I think he had the most, the biggest champion pool in this game in the sense that he always plays a lot of flex slash different champions with
I, I mean, let's just not take it away from Sigma though. Sigma definitely played really well,
Yeah.
and it does mean that because of their more superior coordination, that they got a lot of kill, that they actually won the game. Yeah, I'm just surprised with the damage that Varus actually came out with because you know, the build that Varus opted for meant that he was technically relegated to a more CC heavy role before he was allowed to actually dish more damage. And it still worked out because that was their game plan. Their game plan was to catch as many people, allow Syndra to delete whoever Varus catches. It just worked out so well for them, and that's just really unfortunate for Vamos, right? In the end of the day.
Yeah, most definitely. And it looks like it's gonna be the end for this tournament. We had a lot of fun seeing all the teams participated, and we saw a couple of new faces, and we saw a lot of improvements from teams who joined in the past and made their way a little bit farther than what you would expect. So, yeah, it's actually great to see. Hope to see these teams join again. Who knows? We might be hosting some more in the future, in the near future, inshallah. And I think that's it, Coco. It's over.
It's over.
Man, I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. And before we head off and end the stream, we'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors, The Box, Mont Water, Rasa Siri Cafe, and Hate College. Also, not to forget to thank the main sponsor for this evening, Esports Association Brunei. So don't forget to follow us on YouTube at weekendwears.bn, as well as Instagram and Facebook. So you guys are going to see the highlights of the whole tournament hopefully by tomorrow. And we are going to be having a CSGO tournament soon. By soon, I mean next week. So hope you guys stay tuned for that. And yeah, don't forget to follow ESB.bn as well. They've been helping us a lot. We're trying to improve. So yeah, that's it. I enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it too, Coco, seeing all these games. Marvelous. Marvelous lead.
Yeah, we definitely had some really great games. Now, everyone stay safe at home. If you need to go out, do go out, but just try and keep to yourself. Be safe. Hopefully, we can all get through this so that we can actually celebrate Riot this year.
Yeah, most definitely. And as always, hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Commentator Z.
Commentator Coco.
And we are signing off. Thank you so much.